take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Slide, 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 slide. You finna go live. Slide, you finna go live. Slide, you finna go live. Slide. I like you got some skate. Skates on, skates on, skate. I like you got on some 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 skate. Start butter jet, let's go. Pull off with you, slide ding, ride ding, dad ding, moving with you, drop it with you. Time about the green light, let's go.
Oh, yeah, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As I got to say, what's up? What's up? What's up to the King Nation in the building? Let me know everything looks good, sounds good, so we can get this thing rocking and rolling. Got quite a few people already in the chat. They ain't playing no game. Let me get that thumbs up real quick so I know we good. We got to get this thing rocking and rolling. We're not going to be on here too long tonight, I don't think. There we go, Birdstone. Appreciate y'all. T. Hines in the building. What's up with you? Thank you. All right, here we go. LP said, let's go, Canes. I'm already ready. That's what I'm talking about. OG Kane in the building. What's up with you? Also, big shout out to OG Kane's daughter, who has been accepted to the University of Miami. So y'all go ahead and give a round of applause for that in the building. All right. I know I may have mentioned that before, but what's wrong with giving out love twice, man? What's wrong with giving out love twice in the building? Oh, Lord, Cuban Kane, man, I love you. He said, damn, Coach Dion getting prime time on your channel. Wow. How you figure? I don't understand what you mean, man. I don't understand. I do Canes every Sunday at 6:30. It's Mother's Day. Speaking of that, happy Mother's Day to every mother out there, soon to be expecting mothers, grandmothers, nanas, big mamas, meemaws, whatever you call that person. Happy Mother's Day to you. And special happy Mother's Day to the fathers out there that's playing the mother's role as well. So let's give them some love as well in the building. Appreciate it. And a special happy Mother's Day to my mother, Mama Hayes, out there in the building. Appreciate it, Mama. Thank you for everything that you've done, always being in my corner. We always have our ups and downs, but we always fight through it together and we come out on top. So I just want to say thank you, Mom, for being my mother. And God blessed me to be your son. And I thank you so much for that and always being my support and always being, as I've always called you, my cut man. You're always in the corner. You know what? When things go bad, you there to pick me up. And when things go great, you there to praise me. So I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. And I appreciate it. And like I said, especially to all the ladies out here or to all the guys that's watching and you have, children, man, give those mothers happy Mother's Day as well. Let me see here. We got quite a few things in the building. Let me see. Muhammad in here. Let's effing go Canes. I love it. Oh, Jimmy boy, what's up, Coach? We finna go live. We finna go live. Somebody said somebody. There we go. Panama Jr. Coach getting that cane juice ready. Man, my Hurricane Cup is actually in the car, and I ain't had time, so I'm a red cup boy today. Cane juice be biting, and I love it. All right, real quick. Oh, here we go. T2Y in the building, a.k.a. Big 3. T2Y for the $9.99. Thank you. Say happy Mother's Day, Canes family. Thank you, T2Y, for that. And for all that don't know, go check out his channel. If you're living under a rock and you haven't followed this guy, then you got to be out your mind. Go check him out right over there. His thing, I believe Ellen will put the link in the description or in the chat as well. Go check him out. Hit him a subscribe. And he can always bring out good content because he always hit the nail on the head. Hammer gang. I'm loving it. All right. Vic Vassell, what's up with you, baby? Said, Coach, we going vertical. Hey, that's what Kevin Beard said. We going vertical. So, man, we better be going vertical. That's what it is. And right here, love my mama. Appreciate that, Casey Minter. I know your mama appreciates that too. I just waited. We got 100 and some people in the building, so we're going to go ahead and get this thing rocking and rolling. All right, here we go. Big shout out right here to the last subscriber we've had so far is Gregory Dean in the building. Appreciate you. As you see, the last super chat is T2Y Big 3, and the top super chat, as you can see, is T2Y. So there it is. Ooh, Cynthia Wilcox in the building. Cynthia Wilcox, a.k.a. the Oracle, is in the building. Phone lines will be open here in a second. And we definitely want to hear from you. Haven't heard from you in a while. Man, look at y'all popping in on here, man. All right, Paco in the building for the 1999. What's up? Hey, you better call them coins because I know you be playing, and it's coming around soon now. It's coming around soon, Paco. And Coach needs you to donate. I need you to donate to the college fantasy league we have. Because if you play against me, it's straight donation. You're not going to win. I'm just telling you straight up. You're not winning. So make that $25 donation to the Coach Hayes Love the Kids Foundation because you're not winning. So you better keep some coins prepared for that, my man. All right, I love it, man. All right, big three. And here we go. All right, let's get this thing rolling, man. I love to do that because just giving a shout out to people and no, you're not getting that recipe yet. You can't get the cane juice recipe. Just listen. Ooh, ice cold, baby. Little icebreaker. Boy, if you on that cane juice like I'm on that cane juice, baby, it's a great Sunday. All right, here we go. The transfer portal. It's a big question going on. Everybody's loving it. Everybody's loving the transfer portal. And here's what I'm going to do because I'm not going to waste long and I'm not going to stay long. I'm going to go ahead and start this queue right now. I want to go ahead and throw the phone number up right now, 862-799-9956. Start piling in while I talk, and then we'll get jumping to it. Here's what I want to know about the transfer portal from the Miami Hurricane fan base. Are you impressed? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? Because I've been getting mixed messages as I search Twitter and some of the message boards and so forth. Some people are ecstatic about some of the young men that we're getting and giving opportunities to come to our beloved University of Miami Hurricane football team. And some people are like, what are we doing? Who are these guys? As E. Brown said in one of the previous live shows, scrubs live in the transfer portal. That was E. Brown's quote, not mine. E. Brown. He said the transfer portal is for scrubs. Uh-oh, T2. He said they whiffing. You definitely got to call in, T2. You definitely got to call in because I got to hear this because you got a platform, so I got to hear this. Anyway, what I want to have an understanding is, what do people think about this? We've got quite a few guys coming in. We just picked up 2, I believe, yesterday. And Anthony Campbell, a defensive lineman, and the wide receiver we kind of previewed last week. And I kind of broke his film down in Shamar Kirk, the wide receiver out of Reedley College, a JUCO in California. Some people don't like him. Some people like him a lot. Anthony Campbell, I think he's like 6'7", 285. What is he going to do? And here's another big question as I wait for people to call in. And Ms. Wilcox, don't you hesitate like you did last. I felt so bad that I locked the thing when you called in. I need you to be one of the first ones to call in because I want to hear from you. But the question goes back to, what is it that we're doing? And the second question is, will these guys make an impact? Are any of these guys that we're bringing in from the transfer portal starters? Are they going to take somebody's spot? Everybody talked about the Shamar Kirk coming in and taking somebody's spot. Okay, great if that's the case. My question is, whose spot does he take? See, as a fan base, sometimes y'all want it both ways now. I'm going to say include myself. I ain't say y'all. We want it both ways. We want to have these guys that come in or they're going to take somebody's spot. But then in the same breath, we'll say, oh, player such and such will be starting next year. And some of you guys have already made preseason rosters. And in the same breath, you're going to say, oh, this transfer portal dude going to take this guy's spot. So I need to hear from people what's going on. What is it that you want? Or are you just caught up in the fandom and the hype? All right. Prime example, Tyler Harrell comes from the crib. He went to Columbus, goes to Alabama, leaves there, transfers to the U. 660 pounds, 65 pounds. And people are saying, oh, he gonna take somebody's spot. He gonna take somebody's spot. Well, whose spot does he take? A.J. Allen Jr., the running back from Nebraska, comes in. He's from Monroe, Louisiana. Whose spot does he take? Now, I understand running back is a little bit more rotational, but you still have Henry Parrish. You still have Don Chaney, right? We're talking about scholarship guys. Trevontae Citizen was injured last year. Still not clear if he's going to be cleared to play this year or he may just have minimal time and ease him back in. But whose spot does he take? Does he become part of the rotation? Who knows? Another cornerback, Jedias Richard from Vanderbilt. Some people were up in arms about him. Oh, why are we getting this guy? He didn't even play at Vanderbilt. What is he going to do here? I don't know. And then comes to mind people like Malik Curtis. I think about guys like Malik Curtis who have been patient, have waited their time, have done their thing. Does he get pushed down the ladder because a Jedias Richard comes in? Jedias Richard comes in. I told y'all, I keep telling y'all, that family, y'all better cut it. You are employee number 36, employee number 8, whatever your jersey say, I'm employee number 305 right now. Don't get it twisted. Muhammad says it is what it is, coach. I agree with you. I'm speaking to the fan bases. I'm speaking to the ones who have set these preseason rosters coming up. Transfer portal comes in, and in the same breath, oh, he's going to take this person's spot. Still waiting for the phone line to start jumping. 862-799-9956. You see it right here. 862-799-9956. I'm bringing this up because I just want to kind of stir the pot a little bit when it comes to fandom, as I like to do. Let me look at another person. Here's another quarterback, Jaden Davis from Oklahoma, comes in. Now we got another cornerback, 5'9", 165. Terry Roberts, another cornerback, 5'11", 180 from Iowa. He was here for the spring. Another tight end, Cam McCormick, that came from Oregon. I think he like on his 8th year of college football. Branson Dean, another D lineman, 6'2", 280 from Purdue. But we just brought in Anthony Campbell, 6'7", 285 from Louisiana Monroe. Thomas Gore, 6 foot, 280, defensive lineman out of Georgia State. Another cornerback, Devontae Brown out of UCF, 6'2", 185. You know, coach likes size because there's a pause right there. All right. All right, we got a call in. Give me 1 second. I'll finish up this last piece and we'll get this thing rolling. I said all that to say, what does the transfer portal mean to a program? Because I'm going to pose one more question and then I'll take this call. Where you been, Junior? Kyle Hayes Jr., you forgot to tell Mama happy birthday, Big Kyle. What you mean? I told Mama Hayes happy birthday, happy Mother's Day. Come on, where you been, grandson? Where you been at, grandson? Huh? I know you've been over there with your mama. Huh? You don't want to deal with mama. You've been over there with your mama. Anyway, I'm just teasing. Where you been? I've been missing you. It's been a minute. Anyway, I don't know what T2 out talking about the Gators, coach. I don't know what that means. But yeah, T2, I want you to call in because you said we whiffing. I want to hear your point of view on that. I'm calling in tonight. Well, the phone line open. Go ahead and call in. You should know daddy phone number. I shouldn't have to tell you, Junior. All right. But anyway, my question is, some of these guys that we're getting in from some of these other programs, if we would have recruited them coming out of high school, what would have been the rumblings on the chat boards and in the Twitter sphere? Oh God, we got another 3-star. Oh, we got another this star. Just putting it out there. Let me take this first call right here from 5860. First call here from 5860. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from, and your thoughts on the topic.
Coach. What's up, Coach?
What's going on?
Whew, we racking up. You got to look at this transfer portal and the way that they're grabbing people like, 130 at the bar. You're going to shoot your shot and you're going to get what you get. You just got to hope you go home with a couple of winners. You're not going to know what happens until you get outside and you get it developed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, real quick. What's your name? I missed your name. What's your name?
My name is Crash.
Crash. All right, Crash. So, Crash, here's what I say, and I understand where you're coming from. But
it's a crapshoot. You know what I'm saying?
But isn't that also a crapshoot? Is it a crapshoot when you're looking at the kids coming out of high school? Why not spend more time with guys coming out of high school and develop them the way you want than trying to retrain the brain from a guy who may have come from Purdue or Nebraska or Duke or Oklahoma or Vanderbilt or Alabama?
That's the beauty of it. If you look at a couple of these transfers that we got, the guys that have a couple of years left, like you look like an A.J. Allen. You know what I mean? He's already put up production at the Power 5 level, and he's got 3 years left. And if we had gotten him out of high school, I think most Canes fans would be happy with that, considering his athleticism and whatever, this, that, and the other thing. I'm waiting for you to do the breakdown on him so I can really get up into it,
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you what I really been wanting to do to answer that question. I really want to break down these transfer guys. Here's the problem. They don't have footage. Like, they don't have how do I say it? Most of these guys have not played enough ball where a highlight was created, if that makes sense, right? Like, most of these guys have not done, they don't have enough body of work in college. And I don't want to go back. Like, think about it. They coming in as a redshirt sophomore. That means they're 3 years removed from high school.
I'm agreeing with you on that. As like, we got guys at different stages. Like I said, it's a crapshoot. Now, when you talk about a guy with proven production, you go with a guy like Tyler Harrell. He's coming in. His foot is healthy. You expect him to contribute. Now, do you expect him to be Charleston Rambo? You would hope that you get that. But let's suppose that if you can get a reproduction of what he did at Louisville, 500 yards, and you add on to that, and you add on to that, and he may not, what he adds may not show up in the stats. He may open up the field. You just have him running post routes and fades all game long so that you can open up for like a Ray, open up the running game, things like that, of that nature. You know what I mean? But it gives the defense something to stay honest about. So he may not be that main guy that you come in here and, he put up Michael Irvin numbers, but his impact is felt in other ways. You know what I'm saying, Coach?
No, I totally agree with you. I'm and again, a lot of the questions that I'm posing are just thought-provoking questions. So why can't that be done?
Because
but I'm saying, why can't that be done with guys we have on the roster or younger guys that we have more time with? And again, I know some of these guys may have 4 years, 3 years, whatever. But I'm saying, why not build them from the ground up instead of plug and play guys?
Because at this point, I don't think that Mario is in a position where he wants to put that pressure on the guys like that. You got to think of these guys that he got on his roster. These aren't guys that he went and got. right? He didn't go and get no Kobe George. He didn't go and get no Brashad Smith. You know what I mean? He didn't get that. And then he had a year last year to see what they could do in those situations. And like you said, it's all about roster evaluation. Now, if those guys are going to do it, this is the time. You know what I mean? You better elevate. These motherfuckers are signing their papers right now to get into school. So right now, you see that man, Tyler Harrow, signing? Right now, you better be in front of a jugs machine getting right. You see Ruben Baines at Central. You see Ruben Baines at Central right now getting right. Left the prom and went right to Central. You know what I mean? To work out. And that's right there. Sometimes it comes as a wake-up call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally understand, man. You're right. Like I say, sometimes it's the psychological game where things come behind
the whole
you.
room because now you're looking around like, all right.
Okay.
It's like if you work at your job and you show up at your job 5 to 10 minutes late every day. All right. Now your boss hires some dude that shows up there. He's up there 5 minutes early every day and he's doing more production than you. Now, you're gonna do either one. You either gonna shrink or you're gonna step your game up like, yo, this dude ain't gonna come in here and do, you know what I mean? Layoffs is coming. let me get right.
I love it. Well, Crash, man, I got to crash your plane because we got quite a few people in the background. But thank you, man. I appreciate your point of view.
I appreciate you, Coach. You're a legend out here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Hey,
it means a lot.
Coach,
yes, sir.
Do me one favor. Check out Justin Denson.
Say it again.
Do me one favor. Check the film out on Justin Denson. He got like 27 offers, but he just got that Miami offer. I seen Jamil O'Donnell on the phone with his mom the other day.
Well, he'll be coming. Listen, I'm cranking out WREs like flapjacks, baby. So they coming. As you guys saw, saw Chris Wheatley. Saw Chris Wheatley this morning.
Remember the name.
Matter of fact, watch this. I'm writing it down. Justin Denson. All right.
Yep. He plays for AJ Green on Pressure, OT7.
All right. I love it. Appreciate you, man.
All right, sir.
Thanks a lot. All right. Coming to the next caller.
Bye.
There's no name up here. They got it blocked, so I can't give you your phone number, but if you can hear me, I'm talking to you right now. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing?
Uh-oh, hold on. And I mean, hold on.
Let's get the obvious stuff out of the way. We're all here to do what we're all here to do. Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it. I thought you'd have figured that out by now.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, this is the Oracle. I thought that's who it was. You about to get your brain fertilized right now. Miss Wilcox in the building. How you doing? First of all, happy Mother's Day to you.
Same to your mother, too.
All right. So talk to us, Miss Wilcox. What's been on your mind? I've been missing your voice. Talk to us.
Well, at this time, y'all know it's an awakening. You know what time it is. He's shutting things down. These young men had to figure it out. You asked for this door to open, and this is what you get. They had to leave other programs to come back to the youth. I had told y'all that at the beginning. You missed out. Now they back. Some others want to be back too. But these are men enough because they know what's ahead. They missed out their opportunity to come to the youth first because you listen to other people. Now you have to come back and do whatever because you remember we got 2 in the NFL and we went 5 and what? Okay. This is a blessing. It does not matter. The heart of these kids that's coming back, they want 2 things. They want to go to the NFL and they want that U on their back to graduate. I told you we're at this point. We only got how many days before June? And you know the world's shutting down. Everything going what I told you. Stock market crash. No money, but guess what? Florida said we're not going digital to save the dollar. You got to think as well as pray. And be thankful these guys are coming back. These are the ones you should have had from the get-go. But you had a stumbling block when Mark Rick got sick. And the point that we got to understand, I don't care what star they got. They here. 81 star mean what? Return back to progress. We got to stand with these guys, not against these guys, because a lot of them think they all that going, but guess what? I told you, ain't no money. And a lot of people don't wake up, ain't no money, and I'm out.
That's how you get educated in 2 minutes. Bye, Miss Wilcox. And happy Mother's Day. I could end the show right here, really, because ain't enough to talk about. She done said it all. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all better stop playing. The Oracle has spoken. Coming up next to the club, coming up next to the stage. E. Brown, talk to us, baby. You got 2 minutes. Coming up next to the club.
Hey, Coach.
I'm good. You got to cut your TV down in the back. Talk to us.
Yeah. Here we go again, man. I started off last week by saying that we are a scrubbish football team. When you are a scrubbish football team, you have to do what we're doing right now. Check out our roster right now. Our roster is loaded with fourth year, fifth year players or what have you. So in order to make the roster more competitive, we have to go into the hub scrub. We go into the hub scrub, and we take players from Barney High School, from Montana State University. We go and get those players just to make the roster more competitive. In the meantime, you're building your team through with recruits. But because we're in a society where we want to see instantaneous success, we have to go into the hub scrub. We go into the hub scrub as a scrubbish team, and then we build on what we have in order to be competitive. Okay. See what we want to do is we want to listen to, no disrespect to Ms. Wilcox. Ms. Wilcox, happy Mother's Day to you. Love to hear from you.
Easy now.
But we don't need to hear from Ms. We don't need to hear from Ms. Wilcox now. We need to have people on here who's going to talk, who's going to say it straight from the lace, man. Let's go straight from the lace with it. We are a scrubbish team. We're trying to build a scrubbish team. In order to build a scrubbish team, we got to go into the hub scrub in order to do it. Once we get the team at the par, then we can start looking. We're going to also go after the recruits. We get the recruits in. We had a top 10 recruiting class last year. We should have a top 10 recruiting class this year, unless we go out there and we lose to freaking Temple.
Come on and land this plane, because I'm about to hit the button.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We look and play with Temple. We go and expect to lose to Temple and teams like that. So when we start doing that, that's when we're going to go back into the hub scrub again, man. I mean, listen, I'm gonna land the plane and I'm gonna sit and listen.
Gotta hurry.
But when I start hearing some of the nonsense, I'm gonna come back, Coach. I gotta come back. I'm gonna come back hard.
All right. And it's for his hub scrub, aka Scrub Hub Plain Land. Get out of here with that foolishness. You want to talk about my canes and scrubs? Man, I'm going off, man. Don't be calling my team no scrubs, man. I'm tired of this. Get out of here, man. All right, E-Bro, I love you, bro.
We got to win more than 5 games, Coach, before we get out of the scrub category. We got to win more than 5 games.
I got you. 1801 coming to you next. 1801, you live. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's up, my boy Terminator? Hey, this your boy Darryl Page calling from out of Gainesville, man.
Darryl Page, what's up with you, man? I had to crash the man plane, slap the pilot. He called us scrubs,
yeah,
man.
You can't talk about the Oracle like that neither, man. The Oracle part of this, man. But what I'm here gonna say, competition. This is what is happening. Bring it all. Bring them all in who are ready to come in and get on Green Tree and put in that work. You gotta be the best man to get on the field. This is what Coach Mario finna show y'all. Y'all want competition, I'm finna bring them in. The best man go play on the field. You feel me? I ain't worried about who was there before. You better get on that field. You better ball out in practice. You better work hard. You better sweat. You better put everything in it. Because them dogs coming. Like Deion say, they coming. Mario ain't playing with you. He kicking back with the cigar in his mouth. Say, here we go. We finna get it right. Yeah, we went 5-7 last year, but hey, this season ain't started yet. So we can't be called no scrubs yet. Let everything play out. Let them boys at least play 5 games before you start the scrub talk. You feel me? Now talk to me, Coach Hayes.
No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. You know, I say the same thing. You know, I am optimistic as we are every year. I pose a lot of questions on here to create conversation. I want people to understand that. And so when I pose these questions, a lot of it is due to what I'm hearing. I'm hearing people complaining about the guys we're bringing in the portal. Then I also hear people praising what we're bringing in the portal. But then I'm also understanding some of the guys that we're bringing in the portal. If we would have brought them in high school, we would have been questioning why we brought him in high school. Like, for example, Anthony Campbell, he goes JUCO, then he goes ULM, and then we bring him in. Now, I understand he didn't do high school football. He went straight to JUCO or whatever. So that's a little different scenario, but I'm just trying to give a case of maybe a lower tier guy who still hasn't really produced at a high level at another university, and then we bring him here. So I'm just bringing those questions.
Well, you know, once you get to a college level and you put film on tape, you feel me? That's really what matters. If you got experience in the college football game, that's kind of important. Everything else, we're going to try to develop you and help you along the way. That's why we got JT on the line and Coach, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I don't want to mess it up. But, you know, the other defensive line coach.
Salvea.
Yeah, Coach Salvea. So we're going to get them right. Everything. We got big LT over there. Hopefully Harris and Hunt get it together. Hopefully we can get one more D tackle in the portal, you feel me? Because we need that competition. Competition make you better.
That's right.
When I was younger, I always used to play with older guys when we were playing sports. All it did was make me better.
You're 100% right, but brother, I appreciate you. Thank you, man. We got quite a few people in here on Mother's Day. I wasn't expecting a lot of traffic. I thought somebody be sitting at a dinner table in a restaurant, you know what I mean, trying to ease the pain. But guess what? I guess y'all here hanging out with Coach Hayes tonight. So I'm coming to 5303 next. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you. 5303 coming to you right now. 5303. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Hammer gang.
We
always hit the nail on the head.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Speak up a little bit for me, T2.
I'm outside on the Bluetooth. Hopefully y'all can hear me.
All right, go for it. Talk to us, man. What's your thoughts? You said we whiffing. Why we whiffing?
No, not us. The Gators and the Seminoles, they whiffing.
Oh, okay.
We not whiffing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think only one guy that we whiffed on, and that was Gary Bryant, the wide receiver that committed to Oregon. That's the only one. He's the wide receiver from USC. Other than that, I think we did pretty well so far. Now, Anthony Campbell, you got to watch the game against Texas. That's where he really shined. And Texas, Texas D1 athlete. He showed that, he don't give up on plays. He's going to pursue, even down the field. So that's a huge get for us. He had a couple sacks, too, during that game.
Okay.
So it's not like, JUCO. It's not like he's going up against JUCO teams and, group of fives. He's going up against some big competition. So I think him being in that room is going to spark up a lot of competition. I got to agree with you, too, Coach. This is an employee system at every position. We could be friends and family and all of that, but at the end of the day, you coming for what I got, and I'm coming for what you got.
Mm-hmm. So
at the end of the day, competition. Look, we just brought in Shamar Kirk and Tyler Harrell.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those guys are gonna compete with Jacoby George for that spot.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we want the team to be a family. We want everybody to get along and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, it's me against you and you against me.
Mm-hmm.
So we can be family and everything, but at the end of the day, hey, you my competition. You gonna be the one to make sure I get off or on the field.
True story. And true story. And I agree with you, T2, on that, man. Like I say, when these guys come in, it's going to create, I always say this, competition creates extinction. You know what I mean? Most things that get extinct because they can't compete. You know what I mean? They can't compete with whatever the thing they're competing against, they lose, and therefore they go away. And that's what happens, man. Dog, T2, man, I appreciate you. Like I said, y'all go hit up, subscribe, my man, everything else. And we definitely support you, man, with the big 3, T2Y. I love it, man.
Coach,
yeah,
they got to realize, man, some of these guys that are coming in, they're not going to be the end all be all. Some of them not going to, beat our competition. Some of them going to be backup guys.
Right.
Some of them, not going to work out. It's not going to work out. We brought in transfers before, and it didn't work out. We also had a lot of success with the transfer portal, Charleston Rambos of the world, KJ Osborne, and
Bubba Bolden,
and so forth.
Yeah, a lot of our guys, Bubba Bolden, so forth and so on.
I think the way that Mario is recruiting from the high school level, we're not going to, in the near future, we're not going to depend on the transfer portal as much as we do now.
Mm.
A lot of guys departed, right after the season. So, of course, we got a lot of spot to fill, at the end of the day. But moving forward, I think the way they recruit at Miami now, with Mario being honest with the kids, all the coaches being honest. I mean, if you look at what the kids are saying once they come on the visit, the coaches are being honest with them. They're not sugarcoating them. They're not selling them no dreams. This ain't like the high school days when you tell the girl the dream or whatever. Mario ain't selling dreams out here.
Hey, some of them girls be selling dreams to these dudes. But T, man, I got to roll because I got a bunch of people back here, man. But I appreciate you, dog, man. I tell you, hey, happy Mother's Day, man, to your lady, man, and the kids. I know you got a beautiful family, man. So appreciate you, bro.
And also, before I go, y'all ladies with your dogs and your cats, today is not your day. All right, Coach.
That boy T2 tough, man. Appreciate you, dog. 7021 coming to you next. Let me start this dude off with a slap because I know who this cat is, man. Get this dude off my line. Hey, watch this. Coach, can you hear me? Watch this. Talk to us, man.
Hey, Coach, I know you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Hey, Coach, guess what? I got good news. They call me Lakers fan, and we started out 2-10, and now we in the Western Conference semifinal or Western Conference Finals. Let's go, Lakers. And also, like, this guy, like, I'm not a Miami fan, but I think why calling them the scrub hub, saying they're the scrubs, like, Miami's just doing what they have to do. Honestly, they're going in the portal. They probably want to bring in guys that kind of fit their mentality. Mario Cristobal, I think he's knowing that he don't got a long time to keep failing like he did last year. So yeah, I don't have no problem. I'm excited that they're going in the portal. Miami's a hot place. I mean, I think they got 3 guys drafted this year. Alabama got 3 guys drafted in the first round. Yeah, I mean, so I guess Miami's close. It was actually 10 overall. Roll Tide. You already know what it is, Coach. I already know. You said I'm looking at you on the screen, acting like you asleep. But at the end of the day, great pickup. But it's good. Miami's looking for depth. Miami's going to experienced players just because they got to build that brand up. I mean, they're not going to a scrub hub. They're trying to get more wins, trying to build the brand up. So it's all good. And I just don't get what this guy determines as scrubs. Like, how are these players scrubs? You know what I'm saying? We haven't even seen him, like that Shamar Kirk kid, like he went to JUCO. We haven't seen him play at the college level. You know what I'm saying? So you can't call nobody a scrub until you actually see him out there and see what it's all about and stuff like that. But roll Tide, Coach. You already know what it is. It's some exciting times. Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Alabama just woke sleeping giant. We got Jalen Key out of the portal from UAB. We back. We gonna win the national championship. May Jesus Christ be with you and your followers, Coach. And much love to you.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Man, get off my line, man. You ought to hear all that foolishness you talking about. You used to get me when you finish it at the end, you know, with Jesus Christ. And I appreciate that part. But all that stuff you said before, get that crap out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Coming to the next caller on the stage. Listen, man, I appreciate you, dog. You know I love you. Coming to the next caller, man, on the stage, straight up, man. They used to call him the Wholesome One Holloway. Now I call him Coach Holloway. Coach Holloway on the line. Coach, talk to us.
Coach, what's up, baby? How we doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. How's it going, Coach?
It's going well, man. It's going well. The move is going really good, and I know I'm on a timer, so for me personally, things are going great, but why not, you know, come in and talk about my beloved Canes always. So why not? Let's get to it.
So tell me, man, what's your thoughts as you look at the transfer portal, Coach, from a coach's lens now? It's always been a coach's lens, but I'm just trying to amp it up.
Nah, I feel you, Coach. I tell you what, you get a chance to go see some different institutions, and you go see some different sides, and it really stands out to you. It stands out to you that this thing, depth, that we always take for granted, it's real. And I believe that what Miami is doing now is actually going to get a lot of experience in depth guys. And it's not the Bear Alexanders of the world. It isn't the 5-star who hits the portal of the world. But I think everybody's brought in some great comments. Somebody said depth earlier. Somebody else said competition earlier in Green Tree, because we got to remember, it was a lot of injuries last season for the Miami Hurricanes. And it turned to, well, your second and third string guys really didn't even look like they were Power 5, let alone ACC caliber players. So if you go out there and create great depth, that not only creates competition, but when injuries come, the guy beneath them is not such a huge drop-off that you're going from like an 88 overall on like an NCAA down to like a 71. We may be going from like an 88 to an 81, 80 to an 83 to a 79, just to put a video game so people can understand that kind of, you're going from like an A player to like a B- player is somewhat suffice. But going from a B+ player to a D+ player, because maybe you got to throw them out there because they're fresh, breath smelling like Similac, they're 18-year-old freshmen. Or you throwing out some guy that you never thought would really play for you. So the depth conversation is great. I love to hear that's put out there. I love to see the size. And I think Miami did address some things that was big. Cornerback recruitment has been an issue at Miami for a while. So I'm glad to see them throwing a bunch of darts at that wall of the cornerback conversation and getting some size on the defensive line.
Love it. I appreciate it, man. Like I say, Wholesome One Holloway, you are the reason there's a timer and I got to land the plane. I hope you remember that. You had that conversation. So I appreciate that, man. Like I say, it's always a coach me coach situation. Hey, man, thank you, man. You know this. I'm only a phone call away, my brother. So, you know, you can pick up the phone anytime. I'm definitely going to check on you, man. And I appreciate the call you gave me after, you know, that event that you had going on, just to say, hey, Coach, this is what's going on, man. And I do appreciate that, man. But thank you so much.
Absolutely. Anytime. Absolutely. I know that you played a very pivotal part in the conversation we had like a year and some change ago to getting this thing in motion.
Yeah.
And we getting it going. So thank you all so much, man. Have a good one. Thank you, Coach. I'll be in the chat.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. All right. We're going to the next call up here. 8917. 8917. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's going on, Coach? It's Jarrell Mabry.
Mabry, what's up, baby? Came great in the building. Talk to us, Mabry, man. What's your thoughts on this transfer portal, knowing at the time in which you were on Green Tree, it wasn't no transferring like it is today. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on this transfer portal deal?
Man, I like it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that you recruit in high school, is only so much you can do to see if they're going to fit your team. And you hit and miss on some players. And that's even with players picking schools. But my thing, a lot of people are going off these stars, man. Take a look at the stars of who in the NFL, though. A lot of them are, what, 2 or 3 stars? A lot of them big-time 5 or 4 and 5 stars that they be projecting first and second round. This 3-star down here hungry. He sees the disrespect. He playing with a chip on his shoulder. And look where it leads to. He has a better career, i.e. Greg Russo.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't no big 4 or 5-star recruit, but look what he did for Miami in 2 seasons, in 1 season, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we got to sometimes the stars and stuff is good, but at some point we got to actually sit down. And this where, because now I'm a high school coach, you coached it before.
Mm-hmm.
That tape, some of that tape, these kids are over. Like, we got Horton from Georgia this year. There ain't no way that kid's a 3-star.
Mm-hmm.
The D tackle that we got here.
Oh,
Way he's a 3-star.
He dynamic. I just think he was an under the radar kid. And sometimes, like I say, I have to say this too, real quick. Maybe some of these players don't get a chance. There are so many football players playing football. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That I love to find those kind of dudes, man. I really do. But yeah, go ahead to your point.
But yeah, that's the point I wanted to make, man. I'm gonna land it real quick here, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? We can't look at the stars all the time. Actually, look at their tape and look at their technique and look how fundamentally sound they are. I'll take a fundamentally sound player with technique over just a wild, freakish athlete in the end, because he's gonna work harder at it. You know what I'm saying? In the game, and man, you can't. Some stuff you can't teach.
You're 100% right, man. You're 100% right, man. Well, I appreciate it, man. Hey, we jumping today on the phone line, man. We got about 12 people back here, man.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I've been holding for 10 minutes, man.
I know, man. They're jumping, man. It's jumping. So I appreciate you, man. Like I say, hey, I really appreciate it, man. And we're gonna push this thing forward.
All right, coach.
Thanks, brother. All right, 2580 coming to you next. And I'm calling them as they come in, guys. So I'm not picking in. Just call them as they come in. 2580 coming to you next. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Coach Hayes, what's up, man? It's Birdman 15417.
Hey, the Birdman, baby. He flying any weather. Talk to me, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna Brown it, but I truly see his point. You know, to do all the scrub hub and all that may be a bit over the top, but if you're gonna let yourself be a fan and to the dumb part of it, to where everybody who we get out the portal is the greatest of the great, then you only really setting yourself up for failure if the season doesn't go the way you hope it to go.
Mm-hmm.
A receiver like Romello Brinson, come on now, 4-star local. Why does he have to? Why does he have to leave and go somewhere else to find a better way? And then we replace him with people who we hope, the same hope that we could have just let him. We could have just let him develop here. But now we gonna say Kirk is that guy. Now we gonna say the guy coming back home is that guy. Come on, man. Like, I get it. You got to fill the space. You need bodies. You need those bodies. I heard on multiple YouTube shows how the DT he went up to SMU, Roberts. I heard on multiple YouTube shows how he was a beast. He was this and that. You gonna tell me that he didn't make it, but now these 3 guys we bought in, they the truth. Like, Robert should be here being developed by JT, by Salavia, because like I say, I heard many of a YouTuber, prominent YouTubers say that guy was a beast. He was the next coming of something. Come on, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna Brown and scrub hubbing and all that. The season got to play itself out, and then we go from there. I mean, you said a couple weeks back, 7-5 was what you see. I'm right there. I'm 7-5, give or take a game, up or down. No better than 8-4, no worse than 6-6. And then you try to build off of that. But like, come on, man, with this transfer portal stuff, it's what it is. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it, man. But thank you, man. Listen, you really made a valid point. We lose a top recruited guy out of high school to bring in essence, a lower ranked guy to replace him and say he a dog. My gosh. Hey, you just said a mouthful right there, brother, man. Think about what you just said. We're going to replace a guy who's literally probably the same graduating class, coming out of high school, that was a dog, and say, oh, he can't cut it here. But then replace him with a guy who is ranked, because a lot of people hold value to these rankings, with a lesser ranked guy and say, oh, okay, he a dog, he better. I'm telling you, it's that fandom. But, man, I appreciate you, man. Let me push on because there's quite a few cats in this deal, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. Great call right there. All right, going next one, 5203. 5203, caller, you on. Talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. 5203. Going once.
Coach Hayes. Coach Hayes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Okay, great. Money from Oaktown.
All right. Talk to me, baby.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with the gentleman who just called. The gentleman that they brought in, he had 2 years of tape. That was productive. I love when you brought in Romello Brinson, but Romello Brinson couldn't even beat out the people on the Canes roster. Okay? Look at it from that standpoint also. And I've got to give a shout out to someone. I was listening to him about 7 months ago, and he made a statement. I thought that was kind of odd. He says, next year, the Canes going to have 20 players in the transfer portal and about 3 or 4 coaches gone. Look at what's happened.
Mm.
And also, and the way that I view the transfer portal is the fact that some guys see their inability to make the field, and they want to go somewhere so they can play. Because remember, everyone that's in the transfer portal, it was a personal decision. You weren't pushed out. You made the decision to leave. Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this. I don't want to interrupt your time. It's never going to be said. It's never going to be said that they were pushed out. But there are some that are pushed out. They make it so uncomfortable that you pretty much the writing is on the wall.
I've been a Canes fan. I'm a Floridian, but I live in California. Okay.
Yeah.
And these are not some of the players we've had the last few years is definitely not what we used to have.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back into the selection of players.
Mm.
Now Mario has come in and he knows what the standard is, and he's trying to do that in warp speed time. So a lot of the people that looked good 2 years ago just don't look good right now, considering where he's trying to go in the time frame he's trying to do it in. Okay.
Gotcha.
So at any rate, I don't want to take no people's time, but I just want to get my 3 cents in. Okay.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you all the way from the West Side. I got to get out to Oakland, man, one day, man, and hang out. Appreciate you, brother. All right, I'm getting ready to come to. I got 2 anonymous up here, so if your number's blocked, that's going to be you coming up here next. Real quick, Miss Diva 1 for the $10. Thank you. She says, hey, Coach, popping in to show support. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you are a mother, happy Mother's Day to you, Miss Diva 1. Not going to speak on Ja and his foolishness today. Waiting patiently on Coach Hayes' commentary. I have $233 million of choice words for this child. Ja Morant. Yes. That's going to be on the Coach Me Coach podcast Tuesday. I'm going to wait. That'll be perfect because by 2 days, I guarantee they're going to say, oh, that's an old video. That was from 3 years ago. They're going to say some foolishness like that, whatever the case may be. But yes, Ja Morant. That's who you're speaking with. Thank you so much for the $10. All right, Anonymous, coming to you. Caller, talk to us. Anonymous, going once.
Hi, back around.
Oh, you back around again, Miss Wilcox? All right, let's go.
Back around. He called me in, and I'm ready to throw it. There's going to be some punches. You ready?
No, let me duck. Go ahead. You got it.
Number 1, you do not call anybody a scrub. These guys have opportunities. I said again, stars don't matter, and I call 81. Hostin said the same thing, 81. Do you all know the Angel 81 is Kobe Bryant? You people got to understand. Mario only been there 1 year. It's going to take everything to build this So he got to build it fast because guess what? Next door, they grab everything. Y'all know Alabama come and grab. And the coach that screwed us, he was a part of Alabama. Now, y'all got to understand this man just been here 1 year, but he still got a few in the NFL. You don't have to be a 5-star. They don't look like that in the NFL. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Miami told you, you're going to get your degree first. I don't see all the other schools doing it, but Miami, Duke, and who else? Notre Dame. You all people got to think these kids ain't just living for games. They got a future too. The opportunity to get that you on their back, worldwide, people going to pay them. You get paid with that education on your back. And what he was talking about, the scrubs, well, you know, our West scrubs, I say people every day. So be respectful to the people. If you can't say nothing nice, keep trucking. Because none bar means none bar. And we're going to be number one day. But you got to stand behind your coach. Let him work. Because what we saying, we don't know, but we ready. And I'm out.
Oh, Lord, Miss Wilcox, you done made me run my big toe over with the chair. Oh, hold on. I think it's broke, y'all. Oh. She said, you call people scrubs. I wear scrubs. Oh, I done ran my big toe over. That's why you're supposed to wear shoes in the house. I done ran my big toe over with the dog shit. I think I broke my toe. Lord have mercy, Miss Wilcox. I love you to death. I might have to go to the emergency room. Chris Kane. No, I'm sorry. I got another anonymous number 2. Anonymous number 2. Jump on. Talk to us. I done broke my toe.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Keyshawn from Fort Myers.
Keyshawn, talk to us.
Yeah.
She said,
I agree with Miss Wilcox.
She said,
got a lot more sense than a lot of these grown men that claim they Canes fans. I'm telling you. But I just want to talk about a couple things. For one, I don't like the Romelo Brinson comparison because people talk about him not being able to compete with the receivers on the roster and all that. Do y'all see what they had Melo doing? They had Melo doing jet sweeps. He's not going to be able to showcase his talent if he's doing, that's Brashad Smith. That's a Jalen Knight or maybe an X-play. You don't give Romelo a jet sweep. He's a up top. We were talking about this the other time. Fade ball. We got Melo on the goal line, right? Throw it up. This man has a highlight reel full of one-on-one mosses, and we're doing jet sweeps with him. We're doing run blocks with him. We got to know how. It's also. I understand we haven't been developing everybody, but at the same time, coaches haven't been putting our players in position to succeed as well. Gaddis didn't know what he was doing. Let's just call it what it is. So I want to say that, and then to the Alabama fan that's always in here, I just find it funny that we have so many Alabama fans that's always in this chat talking about Miami. But you know what's crazy, Coach? They the same ones that's fans of the Lakers, or they fans of the whoever's winning. It's like whoever is winning is what all Alabama fans cheer for. Oh, the Lakers win. Oh, I'm a Lakers fan. The Warriors win. I'm a Warrior. How you like the Lakers and the Crimson Tide? That don't even make sense. But anyways, yeah, I just think the transfer portal, I think we got some good needs. I still think we need to get a graduate quarterback just to, in case last year happens again, we need to get another quarterback because Ja'Cory Brown hasn't proved himself. Emory looks good, but he's still young.
Gotcha.
And besides that, I think we've done a good job filling the needs. Another safety wouldn't hurt, but pretty much I think we're done.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man. We got quite a few in here calling, man. So thank you so much. Like I say, perfectly did his thing there. Coming to Chris Kane. Oh, Chris Kane's gone. Going to J Love T, and then 99.93 next. J Love T, then 99.93. Oh, golly, man. I don't think I done broke my doggone toe. J Love, talk to us, baby.
What's up, Hayes? Let me say one thing before I hit my analogy. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful women out there. Amazing mothers, man. Without you, the world couldn't go around, especially the football moms, soccer moms, basketball moms. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Oh, coaches' wives too. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, let me continue with this. I want to piggyback what Curry City Cartel said, and I want to ask you this, Hayes, because this bugs me. And he's 1,000% right. why, when we get our players, we don't develop them like they're supposed to. But when they go places like Louisville, Boston College, Georgia, even you can even say Florida State right now. How come we're not getting what we're supposed to out of our players, especially at the skill positions, when we're the mecca, but others can? And I love the Romello Brinson comparison, because he was a 4-star, probably one of the best receivers in the state. And people are saying, oh, well, Tyler Harrell. Well, so you're basically saying it's better to get reps at a smaller school than come to your dream school 2-3 years later. Is that what we're telling the community right now?
Well, J-Love, I'm going to tell you what's, in my opinion, what I think is happening. You are starting to see on-the-fence players go to these group of 5 programs, right? And the players that you're starting to see that come to schools and go down, they didn't look in the mirror and say who they truly were. They went to a bigger program, right? Because they were on-the-fence players. They went to a bigger program, didn't really look in the mirror. They fell in love with the logo instead of the opportunity. And then guess what happens? Now they're getting kicked out, right? Because that's becoming a new trend. Not necessarily kicked out. That's not the right word. They're moving on with the transfer portal, and you see some of these guys going down. Now, the guys that's on the fence that kind of show that they weren't willing to take a chance on, they're coming up. So the group of 5 is almost like the farm system in or minor league in baseball. Yeah. That's how I'm kind of looking at it, J-Love. But I got to push on, man. We got about 14 people back in this deal.
One more thing, too. Let me push one more thing, too. Another comparison, I just want to piggyback, man. A great comparison to what you said. He would not ever be a take out of high school, but I bet you the university would take him now. Frank Gore Jr.
Could be. Yeah, I guarantee if he went into the portal, he definitely would jump up higher there in the thing because he put production out there. But appreciate it, J-Love. All right, man. I said 99, 93. I know who this dude is. I'm looking at it now. Y'all put y'all hands together for the one, the only, D Street from Footballville. What's up with you, dog?
I hope I got a signal, man. I was on hold for so goddamn long, bro. I done ran into no signal land.
Hey, dog, listen, we got a lot of people calling in. That's why I got to put 2 minutes on there. You know what I'm saying? And we got to let this thing rock. Everybody got something to say about this. So talk to us, man, Footballville.
ESPN just recorded, man. Your mama keeps setting up job, dog. She the one keep going live, dog.
Footballville. Let me tell you
something.
Hey, we ain't done your mama jokes in a long time, Street. Listen.
No, listen, bro. When the transfer portal, real fast, when the transfer portal first started, right? When it first started, I started telling people, listen, man, it's not always going to be starters coming out the portal. People are going to start filling their roster with backups and depth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, I mean, bottom line, if you don't have depth, you got to get it from somewhere, and the portal is there for that. We just don't, our mind don't move as fast as these people, as their operation move, because the operation sits there and they're thinking about it all day long. When it comes to Miami, man, after Footballville, we've been expanding, as y'all been seeing it. So I've been in other markets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Been in other markets, been around a bunch of Georgia kids, been around a bunch of Alabama kids. And I see the difference in the kids that's being recruited, bro. I'm like actually seeing these kids up front, you know what I'm saying, in person now, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a difference. And until you can get to that point where you're recruiting that number 1 player out of North Carolina, that you have to evaluate. And that's all we can hope, is that they're evaluating these guys, right? And they're getting guys that they think can fit what they're trying to do. Now, we're talking about a Romello. Romello's finna go to the Mustangs, and y'all can write it down. He's finna ball out.
Mm-hmm.
You can see they keep micing him up because he's there doing his thing. He's finna ball out there. But it didn't fit here. And it wasn't an on-field thing. You know what I'm saying? It was to Miami, it was an off-field attitude thing. It just didn't fit here, obviously. It had nothing to do with his talent. Because when we interviewed the two DBs, and we asked them, who gives y'all problems in practice, the first name they said was Romello Brinson. The first name they said. So our next question, Hayes, was, well, why do you think Romello don't play? And they were like, we don't know.
Yeah.
We're not sure why he don't, you know what I'm saying? He don't play.
No, and you know what, Street, and Street, to your point, but to your point, I was saying, but to your point, you know, you're right. And Miami used to be, when you go in their locker room, would be what you're currently seeing right now when you see kids going to Georgia and such, and Alabama, Ohio State, and Clemson, and so forth. What Cristobal has to do now, in my opinion, he has to win games with lesser talent right now in order to garner the attention of bigger time talent, right? You know, we can't make that comparison of Snellenberger because recruiting was different. There was no internet. There was not instant access. Like, you know how many people never heard of Michael Irvin until he went out there with number 47 and acted a straight donkey on them? Like, you think Nebraska, like they never, like he was not a household name. He was a household name here, you know, so forth and so on. But now, because of 247, On 3, Rivals, these camps, the 707, there's so much exposure. Their names get out there so fast. Like I said, there's no more regional recruits. Pretty much all these kids are national recruits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and like I said, they done a great job last year. I mean, they had NIL on their behalf, and they jumped out running. Looks like something has slowed down. Something has sputtered with how they're doing things, and they may be changing gears. But but like I said, man, they definitely have to get the coordinator thing right and win, like you said, with lesser guys. But they can in the ACC. You know what I'm saying? They can.
But will
do
they?
That in the ACC.
That's the question.
I never thought that was going to be hard to do.
But not that they can. The question is, will they? And like we saw in our first game, I hate to keep bringing this up, Street. But dang, you can't tell me I mean, listen, bro. I don't care. Y'all could blame Josh Gaddis for Middle Tennessee. I don't care if Josh Gaddis wasn't there. The players could have called their own plays and beat Middle Tennessee. But you get what I'm saying? Like, we look like it. So it's not that they can, it's will they. And I keep bringing up Duke, and I understand, and people, but I just can't wrap my head around. That's like saying, like, I can't wrap my head around we ain't beat them or North Carolina in 5 years. Like, we ain't beat North Carolina in 5 years.
Yes, and I seem to think that is just failure. You know what I'm saying? That is just failure from within, and anybody with a football pulse can fix that in 3 years. Because it shouldn't be happening, though. You feel me? Like that should be the easy fix. You know what I'm saying? But,
like, you kicking field goals to beat Virginia. Think about this, dog. We're kicking field goals to beat Tony Elliott, first-year head coach with way less talent. Bro, we played Virginia with a dude with a cast on his hand wearing number 98. Like, and we're in a field goal battle. We did not score a touchdown against Virginia. So, no, let me catch these dudes. You want to hold on? Oh, it's up to you. Let me catch the rest of these callers in here.
No, run your thing, man. I just wanted to poke my head in here, bro. Talk some Canes with y'all, man. Let the people know, man. Footballville, we still here. Man.
They still here. Hey, I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to you, Streeter. You know what I'm saying?
You too, bro. Even though I talked about your mama, my bad, man. But tell your mama stop. John Morant, we need him, dog. Tell your mama stop this. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna pay back her drug money that she let him borrow.
Oh. Hey, football. Listen. Footballville mama, the reason that Romello Brinson transferred, dog, because she cut blocked that dude in practice one day. You know what I'm saying? To mess that man knee up. That's why.
No, real fast. has a real story, dog. Today I was talking to this young lady, and she said, I know John Morant. I said, what do you mean you know John Morant, right? She said, I know him. And I ain't asked no questions, right? But she said, but I told him he need to chill. And he said he understand and he appreciate that. Dog, this just a random girl who she knows. How did he not know that, dog?
Bro,
And I know what the problem is, but we can talk about that later, dog.
Matter of fact, let's do a show on it. Let's do a show. Me and you. We need to do a show in it. They've been asking for the street. They've been asking for the Street Hayes show for the long time. Hayes Street Hayes, football, coach Footballville, whatever you want to call it. Let's get a show together. I'm gonna call you soon. Listen,
let's talk tonight, man. We'll talk about it.
We're on the corner. Hey, that's the name of the show. We're on the corner of Hayes Street, where we got kicking all the knowledge. That's the name. We're on the corner of Hayes Street, kicking all the knowledge. Let's go, man. We'll talk.
Let's talk about it tonight. Go get your calls, though.
Hey, real quick. Birds don't say Footballville. We need our morning brush shows back. ASAP Street. He said I pay good. Though. He said I pay good money for that membership. Laugh out loud.
They coming, dog. They coming.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
We had to figure out a plan, man.
Hey, I'm gonna hit you up when it's over, dog.
All right.
Sure enough. All right, 5368 coming to you, man. That was a good Footballville, man. D Streeter in the building. Them boys expanding the brand. Y'all go check them out. They got these high quality. I don't know what Twan be doing with that camera. He had that thing in like 9K or something. You can see the pimples on the dude's face. But anyway, they do good interviews, man. Good sit downs and good topics, man. 5368 coming to you. Call or talk to us.
Hey there, how you doing, Coach? It's Big Billy.
Big Billy, what's up, Big Billy?
Hey there, Coach. I just wanted to get your opinion on some stuff. I agree with Streeter, man. I think that there had to be something off the field, but I also agree with the other caller that when they put him in the games, they weren't giving him any opportunity besides the one-handed catch. It was really just some jet sweeps and maybe a post here and there, but they weren't using them, so something wasn't clicking. However, I think that Mario definitely has taken some risk. Everybody said that he wasn't doing things or he wouldn't change his ways. And, Mario was working under the radar. He's stuck in his old habits. And here we go again. And Mario surprises us with an Alabama transfer that nobody saw coming. Everybody sees a big SEC name with Xavier Henderson from Florida or a big DT from Ole Miss. They're just looking at the names in the conference, right? They're not looking at the type of scheme fits. Like Harold would fit. So if he's able to stay healthy and look like his Louisville self, that's the perfect receiver that we need for this wide receiver room. We have no speed threats besides Bashard, but he's a slot. We need an X, a deep threat, and that guy is what we need. So, even stuff like the D-line transfer or, the running back transfer, Mario is thinking way ahead. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was watching one of Miami Flow shows, and they were talking about how the cornerback that Miami just pulled from the portal he's 6'2", 200 pounds, and he has 3 years of eligibility left. Everybody wants these guys that's 1 year and he's a stud, or that's not what Mario's looking for. Mario's trying to build this culture and find guys that he can link together with recruiting classes. 3 years left on their eligibility, 4 years left on their eligibility. Instead of 1 year band-aids, Mario's trying to plug this thing long-term. And I think the fans need to understand that. Yeah,
I mean, I think there's a large fan base that does, and then there's a large fan base that's saying, bro, I'm tired. It's 20 years of this, but we get on to the 22nd year of this, 23rd year of this. And I need that fixed right now. And and the reason I understand both sides is because for the program building side, out of my coaching lens, I get it. From my fan side, I look at other programs and they flourish within a year. They turn the program around immediately. And so it's like, if they could do it, why can't we do it? Especially if we have a better legacy. We're literally.
Well, we also had a lot of injuries last year, though.
But so does everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't click for everybody.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you. But you're right. But I'm gonna tell you this: everybody has injuries, dog. Like a lot. Most people have a lot of injuries. I'm just being honest with you. It's a bang bang sport. It's a contact sport we pay attention to the injuries more for our team because we're fans of our team. But I guarantee if you're a fan of North Carolina, Virginia Tech, any school, it's all right around the same. I mean, plus or minus maybe 2 or 3 guys. And that could be a huge difference as well, right? Depending on who those 2 or 3 guys are. But injuries are – think about an Alabama. Alabama loses 2 main wide receivers for the national championship.
Yeah, but they got hurt in the championship. They didn't get hurt before that. We lost guys from day one.
I know, but that's my point. No, I'm talking about your boy was on the sideline for the championship game. Didn't get hurt in the game. What's his name?
But
no,
yes, Coach, I hear you on that, but I'm saying you can't use a team like Alabama because they're stacked on #1 recruiting classes over the last 5-10 years.
Correct.
Miami, we weren't terrible recruiting, but when guys went down, our old line looked like high schoolers. They didn't look like D1 starters at the University of Miami.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, let's not make that comparison to one of the major college football programs. But I'm going to keep bringing them back
Florida
up.
State.
No, forget Florida State. Let's go to an even lesser program. Let's go to Duke. They won 8 games. They won 8 games, dog. First-time head coach. Their starters, I guarantee, if you line up all of their starters versus all of our starters, we might have taken 2 of their guys. And they win 8 games.
I feel you.
I'm just saying, injury, what I'm trying to say is not that they're better. Injury plays a part in all of this. Now, how do you combat that? How do you put that into the formula? You have to formulate, as a coach, and I'm sorry for my people holding on in the back, but as a coach, you have to put that variable into the equation that injuries are going to happen. See, a lot of people look at records and say, oh, we're going to do this because of what you see today. But I guarantee the team that you start with today is not the team that you finish with 12 games from now, 13 games from now, bowl game from now. It's impossible. Bro, we literally saw the recruit come from Alabama, Cohen, the offensive tackle. He makes it to the spring game and get hurt in warm-ups. like, dang, dog. Like, you get hurt in warm-up, not even a contact drill. Like, you tweak something.
Yeah.
So it's natural. But I got to push on. We got quite a few people in the building. But thank you, man,
yeah,
Big
Coach,
Billy.
I just wanted to say goodbye, Coach. And one last time, everybody in the chat, let me get a, oh, yeah.
Billy, they got a 1-800 number for that, Billy. I don't know what that was. I have no clue. But they got a 1-800 number for that. It's called 1-800 Big Billy. Call now. I love it, man. All right, let me see. Who can I get to now? Chris Canes for life. He's been back there. You've been getting pushed back because you come in and out. Chris Canes, talk to us.
What's going on?
Bro, I don't know what just happened. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I almost wanted
to. Hey, you talking about that 1-800 number down.
Hey, Chris, can I tell you something? Hey, when he did that, I wanted to cover up. I wanted to be like, what's going on here?
Not bad. Hey, I don't know what he's trying to do, but it ain't gonna happen, Captain. This ain't the type of show that's for. You gonna have to wait for the late night. That one.
Oh, Reggie in the building. What's up with you, man? He say, hey, Baby Shaq say, now, Coach, video about to get flagged for porn.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Coach.
Chris, talk to us, man.
Don't let it go in your algorithm. Anyway, honestly, man, as far as these transfers coming in and all of that, man, I mean, it's us as Cane fans, we gonna complain about everything. It don't matter if like you said earlier, it don't matter where you come from. They got to complaining about it. Oh, we not doing enough in recruiting. Oh, we not doing this. Oh, we not doing that. Then when we doing it, what's up, bro? When we doing this, now it's not. Where is he coming from? Why we ain't getting him? It's like you burning your candle at both ends. And it makes no sense. All I want to I just want to see this. Said that Miami's a scrub. He is a fool. Okay? So I don't know. And who uses the word scrub in 2023? Like who uses that, coach?
Hey, E. Brown in the back. I see him in the back there. He finna respond to all this. He back there waiting. But anyway, go ahead, finish your point.
Man, all I know is I just want to see some depth. I just want to see some fight. I want to see something different. That's all I want to see. That's all. This is a new year. I want to see something new. I don't want to see the same old crap from last year. I want to see something that's going to have some kind of substance. But that's all I got to say, Coach. But I'm getting ready to go get my shape up, man. So I just wanted to go and call in, man. I just wanted to say my little piece and go on from there. And I agree with Ms. Wilcox. Salute.
I appreciate it,
Most
man.
Definitely. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. All right, real quick, before I get to the next call, I want to give some love, man. Thank you, Chris. I thank you. Right on time. Medi in the building for the $5. Said when it comes to that football bill, it's like how Dion said, we coming. Don't worry. Medi, appreciate you on that, man. Also, I got to give some love around here. Thought I missed it. I ain't missed y'all. Just people were talking too much to me. Let me get this right here. I got to. Come on up here. Get up here. Stop playing. Brother Jay Blaze in the building for the $25, man. Come on, brother Jay Blaze. Appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much when it comes to the Cash App, $25. And also, I'm just going to put the name up here as Primus. Primus for the $5, he said, for the Hurricanes. So I need to do me a favor. I need a round of applause for those guys, man. Thank you. Everybody that donated so far, thank you all so much. Definitely means a lot. Really, really appreciate it. All right, we're going to our next call up in this joint. You guys flowing with the calls. I love to have this. Thank you guys so much for that because it does help the channel just flow, and I love to hear other people's opinions about it, man. A lot of people, I didn't expect this on Mother's Day. So hopefully y'all got y'all Mother's Day stuff out the way and y'all just on chill mode. You know what I mean? They out with their friends. The mothers out there drinking mimosas, and you making sure the kids don't fall off the couch and hit their head on the coffee table around this joint. All right, here we go. 1413 coming to you next. 1413, call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
Man, you already know who it is, man. This is Taste One itself, man.
Oh, man. Hey, this Taste One boypeanuts.com with an S. Better stop playing.
With an S.com. Y'all already know, man. Hey, what y'all do, Kane's family? What y'all doing in here, man?
Y'all shout out, man. Lance Leggett in the building.
Know.
What's up with you, baby?
Hey, man, we finna go. Hey, I'm not going overdrive on this one because you already know if I'm calling. You see my dog, Cristobal, came to the county, came to Polk County, if y'all want to be exact, and came and got him a Polk County boy. Everybody was crying about money. Don't go back to Polk County because we ain't get money. Don't go. Man, listen, we got players here. He from my hometown, and I didn't even know about him. So you know we got players here.
So Polk County, like that little fishing pond, like way in the back, don't nobody really know about. That's just stock. But don't nobody really know about. Everybody else go to the big lake. They go to Lake Okeechobee to get the speckled perch and all that stuff. But Lake County got that little pond in the back where you go only fish with a cane pole and you be pulling out them big old jokers, huh?
Yes, sir. You already know old school fishing. We ain't got the rod. We got the motherfucking pole, goddamn.
The cane pole.
Nah, man. So I want to ask you a question. So, hey, I want everybody in the chat. Because I'm like I said, I want to put a spotlight on this player. He's from the crib. He's from Bartow, where I'm from. Anthony Campbell. He's coming from University of Louisiana, Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all see him being a starter? And do y'all see him being a draft pick by the time he's getting out of here?
I'll have to answer this first, Lance. Be honest. I have not seen any footage, and that goes back to my point. I don't like to. I listen to other people, but I like to see for myself. And here's the problem. I want to see his tape, right? I want to see the footage and the film. I'm not going off because somebody said, man, he's 6'7", 285. Boy, he a ball player. He could dominate in the middle. You know, these writers get paid to write, right?
Oh, you know that.
I want to see. That's why I look at the film. I'm trying to find a way, because part of what I want to add to the WREs is the transfer portal stuff, where like this time of year is where a lot of the transfer portal stuff happens. But I'm trying to find a way where I can find footage of them, their college footage or something, more than just two. Because if you go look at the young man right there from Louisville, where is he? What's his name from Louisville? The receiver. The receiver that came from.
I forgot his name.
If you go look at everybody, they show one or two clips. That's it. And they talk over it. That's not enough body of work for me. I want to see
at all.
Yeah, I want to see some work. Now, I don't care if it is his practice footage, which we know in college they're not going to give that out. But I may have to go back. Harold, thank you, Tyler Harold. I may have to go back to their high school tape and trying to project them. But some of these guys been out of high school 3-4 years. So it's not a fair evaluation, I guess. But I can still look at it and see where they should be projected. But yeah.
Okay, so I saw some film on him. The motherfucker got a motor on him.
Okay.
Hey, Cole, hey, he got. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we got a D lineman can run faster than him.
I want to see.
When this kid, before I saw the film, I just saw the film yesterday. Somebody had put it on the jumbotron in the space.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a powerhouse school call me. Hey, Len, boy, you know about this kid Campbell? Cool. Hey, I didn't know about it, but my dad, he's a track coach, so my dad in Bart, so he's a legend. And my dad, he got a brother too. He's like, hey, boy, we got these two big boys from Bartow, boy. I'm telling them they could play. But I didn't know the kid at the time. You know what his size was in high school? He was 6'3", 195.
Wow.
Campbell was 6'3", 195 in high school.
Right. And so here's the thing. If I look at his tape, if I go look at his high school tape, it don't do him justice for what he is today. You know what I'm saying? So, that's big, Lance, man. Hey, man, I got to pull this up. We got all these cats in the back. But, man, hit the boys up. Let them know where to find these nuts. Hey, let them know where to find these nuts at.
Hey, man, I know y'all Hurricane fan base. Y'all definitely been supporting Taste One. If y'all could please support it some more. Right, I ain't going to beg y'all, but I'm finna beg y'all. Can y'all please go on Taste One Boiled Peanuts with it? Because Taste One, that's what it on. And we're going to deliver them boiled peanuts to y'all front door. And when y'all go on the website, we got that new merch out there now. We got that new merch. It's fire. Go ahead and go on the site. You're going to get 15% off. And you're going to get that. All right, man. Cool. Hey, thank you.
Hey, real quick, dog. When the Haze flavor coming out? Hey, man, when the Haze flavor coming out?
Haze flavor? Hey, you got to put some of that cane juice on that big toe first.
Hey, man, Miss Wilcott, man, I done cut my toe. My thing was down here bleeding, dog. That lady she say, y'all don't do scrubs. I wear scrubs. Man, that's a bar. That's straight lines, but I love it, man. Appreciate you, dog.
Man, be safe, bro. Thanks
all
for
right.
letting me come on.
Come on, man. Anytime. I need you to get on here live with me one day. All right, bro.
Shit, we're gonna run it then. Okay.
There it is. 4174 coming to you next. And Google, man, after that. 4174 coming to you. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
What's up, man? It's 045 out of Tampa, man. Always listen to your show.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's real. So, yeah, man. So I'm a die-hard Canes fan. I'm always going back and forth with these Florida State and Florida fans on Facebook and everything. They call it Mario a failure, blah, blah, blah. Like I told him, this is his first year. He's still bringing in his players. He had to kick a lot of, change the roster a little bit. So I tell the Florida State fans, Mike Norvell in his third year, he won 10 games in his third year, blah, blah, blah. They went to the Cheez It Bowl, barely beat Oklahoma. Gator fans, Billy Napier went 6 and 7. They had a fourth pick in the draft quarterback, and they struggled all season. So I tell them, man, Mario, he's not a failure. He just got there. He's changing the culture, and he's building the team the way he want to build a team to be successful, not a short-term fix through the transfer portal like Mike Norvell doing and all these other coaches doing. So, everybody just stick with Mario, man. He's doing his thing. He knows it's going to be a process. So you just got to give him time to get the ship right.
Yeah, and again, I understand. I mean, a lot of people say that, and I totally get it, and I totally understand that. Unfortunately, this is the microwave generation. People want it done right. And I have to say this, the transfer portal should help expedite this process for the Miami Hurricanes, right? They just talked about having this huge weekend of all of these players on here. I know they had, I think it's Ellis Robinson. There's a verbal Georgia commit, but he was on campus. You had David Stone, one of the top defensive linemen on campus, defensive lineman of this class on campus. So we're getting the attention. We just got to get the commitment. Like, we're getting a lot of guys to come on to our campus, and I think our campus has sold itself. Miami, the university, sells itself. Now it is all about two things is my heart of hearts for players. One is my development to get to the NFL, and two, right, they equate winning with development. I'm talking about from a player's perspective, right? Because when you go look at it, a 5-7 team, and we get 3 dudes in there, which I thought was great off of 5-7, to be honest with you. A second rounder, I think a 5th and a 7th, something like that. So we have to do those two things in order to get the big dogs to come to the yard.
And Florida State had one player drafted, but they want to keep talking and all that. So
yeah, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, man. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. Let me get to the Google man. This is gonna be interesting.
All right, bro.
Thanks, brother.
Yep.
All right, we got Google man in the building. Google man, talk to us. Then I'm coming back to E. Brown and Laker. I call them Bama Laker back there. They've been holding on because they had to hold on because they've been already, and they call them round 2, so they had to go last when everybody started dying off. Google man in the building, talk to us, baby.
Man, what was old boy for him that said fire? That boy left the R and the E off.
On what word?
The dude talking about the peanuts.
Oh, Lance Leggett?
Yeah, I was just saying, where you from? Because he said, fire. So anyway, that shit right there kind of cracked me up a little bit. But hey, another thing about Polk County, that's a place where I've been watching on YouTube last 2 years. It's a white sheriff. Bro,
yes.
He been making like Polk County, like, they got a lot of sex offenders there, man. Like, what's going on in Polk County?
Yes, I know you're talking about. Yeah, they be doing the little stings and stuff, man. But we're gonna push on because YouTube, YouTube will catch that algorithm. I'm gonna leave that one alone. So y'all go ahead. But you're 100% right. You're 100% right. That sheriff in Polk County, he told them boys, y'all want to shoot? We got guns too. Oh Lord, I said the G word. I was talking about buns. I said buns. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, and the other dude talking about the fans that got Alabama and Lakers. We call them bandwagoners. So it's one dude. I really don't know him, but it's a league. So it's a PlayStation league and a Madden league. So they have commissioners. This dude from California, he call himself a Patriot. He's a diehard Patriot. I tried to tell him. The dude about 25 years old. So I said, you have to start watching football, you about like 7, 8 years old, right? He said, yeah. So that when the Patriots were winning. So I try to tell him, it's really easy to go pick a team that's going to win all day long. You're bandwagon, man. Bandwagon. But hey, man, but I can't tell what Miami need to do. All I know, I want Miami, Florida State, and the old school team from the 90s to get back on their shit, basically. And then, man, Coach Haynes, this is my first Mother's Day without my T-Jones. And I just caught your show, and I said, man, let me watch my boy so I can cheer up a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? I love you, Coach.
I appreciate it, man. I love you too, man. And I wish you nothing but the best. I know you've talked and you've gone through some things, but you persevered through, man. So Google, man, I do appreciate you. I like when you call in. I'll make sure that, when you call in, they let me know you're okay. There are quite a few people that call in, but when you call in, my man Kevin from Dallas, Georgia, I ain't heard from him in a while, call in. Of course, Ms. Wilcox, I get worried when she don't call in. There's certain voices I got to hear every so often, so I appreciate it.
Right on. Much love.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. All right, let me get to E. Brown. I know he got a lot to say because he brought that scrubs. No scrubs. All right, let's get this thing rocking. E. Brown. Oh, Talk to me.
Hey, Coach, first of all,
Hold on. They've been
last week
riding. They've been riding you now, E. Brown. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. Hey, man, much love to Reggie, man. Reggie, I'm gonna give Reggie a fool's perspective on what I was talking about. Okay, last week we talked about the football team. We were talking about where we are. When I say scrubs, I'm talking about the play of the University of Miami for the last 23 years is scrub material. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the scrub material. So for 23 years, we've been in scrub dome. All right, and that's what I'm what I'm talking about. And if you have a different opinion about it, hey, come on and give me a good example of where we are as a football team for the last 20 years. What the University of Miami has been for the last 20 years. We can't worry about what the fans in Florida State or the fans at Alabama are saying about us, because you know why? All the crap is true. We're just not there. All right? What we need to do is look inward, look inside the family, and take care of what's going on in the family. Right now, we have to go into the hub scrub. And when I mean hub scrub is the portal. The portal is for disgruntled people. We talked about that last week. There's a lot of disgruntled people in the portal. The portal is a tool used by all. However, those guys who are the Power 5 or Power 4 stars or whatever, we're in love with this Power 4, Power 5 crap, the 5-star crap. Those guys are in that NIL business, man. They are sharpening their acumen. They're shopping themselves out to the team that's going to pay them the highest. We're not there. The University of Miami is not there to compete in that realm yet. We have the backing when it comes from monetary standpoint, but we're not winning until we get out of the scrub category and start winning. We're going to attract those so-called 5 and 4-star players who want to stick around and come and play. Man, but until then, we're going to have to do what we're doing now.
Can I tell you something, E. Brown?
We're building a team that needs to be competitive through the portal, and we need to bring those guys in so we can replace some of the guys who were on the football team.
You're right. E. Brown.
Our football team the last 3 years, Coach, the minute we lose to Florida State, we start to walk around. We go to the next, we lose the next 4 or 5 games after we lose to Florida State.
E. Brown.
You know why?
E. Brown.
Go ahead, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I'll wait. Because, I think sometimes y'all be talking with y'all hand away from the phone, and y'all just be talking. Listen.
No.
Listen. You're right. But do you know that words hurt? You'll be calling us no scrubs.
Well, I'm not calling us scrubs. I'm calling it our play, our decision making from an administration standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, and eventually, hey, listen, you are a product of your environment. If you are in an environment where you're in a scrub haven, guess what you're gonna play like?
Listen,
and the Romello Brinson example. Go ahead, Coach. I'm not gonna. You said I'm not listening, so
I'm gonna do this.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do this because I got you and this Bama on the line, and I'm ready for the hate. You wanna know why I'm ready for the hate? Because I got time today.
Because I'm gonna keep it G real. I don't fuck with you because you disrespecting me. You disrespect my hood by telling me take off my flag, asking how gangster I was. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz I told you I ain't got time for that. But today I got time, cuz.
Today I got time. Ain't no more callers in here. I got E. Brown and I got this Bama dude on here. I got both of them live right now. I'm ready to give it to somebody, and I mean right this minute, and I mean right now. I'm about tired of this foolishness.
Hey, hold on 1 second, Coach.
Now you got a 1 second nothing.
I do want to clear.
You got 1 second before I go right here across your face. Get out of here, man. Let me tell both of y'all something right now. You, E. Brown, you keep calling us scrub. Hey, man, I'm about to listen. You've been called E. Brown. You've been calling on here for the past 2 weeks now, and you've been on here talking about we scrubs and this, that, and the other. Now we may not have played up to par, but we ain't no scrubs. In the words of my lady there, Miss Wilcox, she well scrubs. Problem fixing you up, my man. Let me just tell you straight up. And for that Bama Lake over there in the bottom of the valley holding on to his car antenna so he can get a signal, let me tell him something too, man. You call this show every day.
Coach, roll tide.
That's the problem. That's the only thing they teach y'all. And you spell roll tide with a U. RULLTYD. Roll tide. Because that's all you can say. You understand me? Ain't never been to California, but you a Lakers fan. I know that's the problem with y'all, man. You understand that? Living them dreams.
Hey, but people,
Because y'all don't even have an airport.
Ain't no pro teams in Alabama. Ain't no pro teams in Alabama. I ain't no bandwagon. I don't come on here and say I'm an Alabama football fan and I'm a Miami No, I'm an Alabama football fan, Alabama baseball fan, Alabama everything fan. So people want to call me a bandwagon. Ain't no pro teams in Alabama. And if people didn't know that, there ain't. If you look, there ain't no pro teams in Alabama.
Because who want to live there?
I ain't care for
what pro wants to live in
I
Alabama?
ain't care for no team in Florida.
What pro wants to live in Alabama?
No team in Louisiana.
What pro wants to live in Alabama? Who want to live in what? Mobile? Huh?
But guess what? I'm a Birmingham Stallions fan. I'm a Birmingham Stallions fan, though.
What is that? The Women's Basketball League? What is that?
USFL.
Oh, shiggity, honey, diggity, shiggity. I almost said something to you, man. Anyway, I'm letting everybody in this thing, man.
Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me right now?
Hey,
you got to be kidding me right now.
We got 61
right now. We're talking about University of Miami. We got our own issues, man. I don't have time to worry about my man from Alabama. I mean they're rolling right now. Okay.
Hey, I actually want to talk about
Alabama ain't rolling right now, though. They're not rolling.
They're 5 and 6 compared to 11 wins. We rolling over y'all. Y'all got 5 wins.
Hey,
I got no argument.
Y'all ain't got no protein. You shouldn't really be talking so much or whatever. Y'all ain't got no protein, so y'all opinion don't even really matter like that.
There you go,
Y'all
LJ.
gotta
Give him, LJ.
Recruit our players to make y'all got to recruit our players from the state of Florida to make Alabama.
True statement. True statement.
Talking about Alabama. The state of Alabama is trash.
We do recruit from Florida has a bigger state than us. Florida's a bigger
Hey,
state.
brothers.
I done lost all control, and I'm loving it.
Hey, brothers, listen. In order to communicate, communication means one person talks and the other listens. Okay? So let me hear one person talk and then the other listen. And then I give you your opportunity.
This is like the best. All right, here we go. Let me do this.
I don't know who the other brother is. Okay,
right,
let's go, bro.
Listen, let me just take control. Hold up. God. Hold up. Now, I wanted to have a Royal Rumble for a little bit, but y'all can't handle that. So here we go. Let's get this thing right. I had to slap some cats around, man. Y'all, LJ in the building. I see LJ up in the building.
I actually have some points I want to talk about.
The conference has been locked.
All right,
man. What's going on in here, man?
All right, listen, man.
I'm telling you, man. Alabama, man, y'all rolling.
Miami. I don't hate on Miami. I don't got no hate for the
I got
University
something for
of
all
Miami.
y'all right now. Watch this.
Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that because a lot of people come with
I don't got no hate for you.
And mute. Nah, I'm gonna show you that. The man with the mouse is the man with the power. Believe that. Nah. See, this is what happens when you open up the phone line, you try to get people to talk. They think it's a Twitter space. They just want to talk. Nah, player. Don't get down like that. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to talk. I know we got this Bama dude up in here. He want to talk. What do you say? He want to talk some Miami stuff? I actually love the brother, man. I really do. I got E. Brown been calling us scrub, and LJ just came in, and I know I don't know if he's really happy with the portal right now. So I want to ask him about that first. So I'm gonna come back to E. Brown. I'm gonna see if we can handle like civilized men. I'm gonna open up everybody's phone line, but I'm talking to LJ first. LJ, talk to me, man. I know you coming in.
What's up, Coach?
So real quick about the transfer portal. What's your quick view on that? The only reason I'm doing this is because I'm about to get off of here in about 4 minutes. So LJ, real quick, man, talk to me, man. What's your thoughts real quick about the transfer portal? Do you like it? Don't like it? Are we doing it right? Are we doing it wrong? What?
I like the transfer portal because when I played football, I wish there was a transfer portal because the coaches used to have the power in the players where the players go. Now the coaches, they relinquish the power from the coaches. Now the players can go where they want to go. But issue I have with the transfer portal is if I'm going to go in the transfer portal from Miami, I'm not bringing in no filler players. I'm going to bring in players that's going to be a potential starter now players. Somebody that I'm going to use for real. Not somebody that I'm bringing in that was a backup. He wasn't starting at Vanderbilt, or he played at Purdue, but he's undersized, or he played at Georgia State, or he played at Oklahoma from the Big 12. Big 12 is not a traditional defensive conference, so I don't really even like players coming from there like that. But the kid's from South Florida, so okay, but we'll see. But is he going to be a starter out of the whole bunch of the transfer portal players that we got from the first round of the transfer portal with all the offensive linemen that we got? Okay, we won in that aspect. But right now, from all of the players that we grabbed, I only see those two receivers as like for real what we came away with for real.
All right,
not the running back, not the extra DBs. Like bring in players that's gonna be potential starters, not backup players that we just trying to add. We don't need them.
So hold on. So
you already got on the roster.
Hold on. So to your point, LJ, is that exactly what you mean, E. Brown, by scrub? Meaning, because if there were better players in the portal, don't you think we would go after them or we would get them? So E. Brown, to your point, is LJ making your point, E. Brown?
LG is making my point, and so has many of the other callers who called in tonight. They just left out the word scrubbed, but they were saying, hey, we need to bring in better players. They don't like the portal and so on and so forth. I'm just bringing it from the heart, and the reason I'm bringing it from the heart is that the only time you can get somebody's attention is when you tell it like it is. We've been playing like scrubs. We've been playing like scrubs. We've been coaching like scrubs. We've been acting from an administration standpoint like scrubs at the University of Miami. That's what we've been doing. Now, if you have an issue with that, you're not paying attention to the landscape. You're not paying attention to the landscape. And LG is dead on it. I mean, unfortunately, that's where we're at now. We have to bring in players from the portal. So you want to make it politically correct. You have to bring players in from the portal. Okay, you have to bring them in from the portal in order to build up your competitiveness that you're looking for in the team. Because you didn't have any competitive football players on that team a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Those guys were running from the cold weather. Those guys are, if they lose 3 or 4 games, everybody's head is down and out. They get it behind in a football game, everybody's down. I'm looking for freaking dogs. We talked about that last week. I'm looking for freaking dogs. There were no dogs on that team. None whatsoever last year, last 3 years, last 4 years. There were no freaking dogs on that football team. Hence, that's why we didn't have anybody going into the NFL. The NFL is not going to bring you into their league if you get upset because you're in cold weather. Half of the freaking teams are in cold weather, guys. Get off of it.
All right. So here's my next question then. Hold on.
Dogs,
so here's my next question. Bama. So Bama man, listen. Just call it Bama man. So Bama man, speaking of the transfer portal, do you think, because you say you have some points to make, any one of the points you got to make got to do with what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
It actually has a lot to do with Miami.
Now listen, I know you like to talk a lot. Hold on, I know you like to talk a lot. So when I say gotcha, that means start landing the plane because I will. Let's get it. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I realized first time I called and I didn't really talk about Miami that much. But I do want to say from the point of what I've seen, because Miami was 3 in the ACC in Cristobal's first year, 1 in the ACC this year, and in recruit rankings, right? Cristobal is he still got to take his time to build this thing up. And what he's going into the portal and doing is he's getting talented dudes. So I know a little bit from the recruiting side of football. And usually, like on the JUCO side of football, Usually when you recruit on that side and you look for a player, you'll go out and get a D2, a guy that started at the D2 level or whatever, because you know he can come in and he can give you valuable reps. Like Coach Holloway said earlier, like the freshmen aren't able to give. Most freshmen, I think we're kind of used to the freshman starters. Most freshmen are not ready to come in and give valuable reps, right? And if Miami can come in and have guys and go into the transfer portal and get guys that give them valuable reps and collect 7 wins here, 8 wins here, and if the AD gives Cristobal time, Miami could go on a run to where they get a national championship, they sneak a national championship like Dabo did. If they can stay in the ACC, I don't. If they go to something like the Big Ten or something, it might be a little bit harder time. But if Miami can sneak a national championship like Clemson did, and we see Clemson's kind of falling, just like everybody has pointed out, Alabama, yes, I give Miami the state of Florida all the credit in the world. Alabama has to go to Florida to get players. I give y'all that credit. So if Miami can get a national championship or get an ACC championship, they are now the team that can go into Florida and get what they want. And they don't have to go to, like E. Brown's talking about, they don't have to go to the portal with guys that were disgruntled and guys that probably couldn't start. You know what I'm saying? And just like I always say, I'm never tough on Miami when I come on this call, because at the end of the day, when teams like Miami, when teams like Texas, when teams like Notre Dame are good, that's better for college football, right? Because it's a brand that has to get built up. And at the end of the day, I'm a football fan. I want this game to go worldwide. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rooting for these bigger brands and these bigger states to succeed. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But at the end of the day, what do you say, Coach?
I said, gotcha.
Okay, you got me.
Okay. All right. So here's my next question. To anybody want to answer first? No, E. Brown, I'm going to go back to you because you call them scrubs. Here's what I'm looking at, transfer portal. I want you to hear these names. Tyreek Stevenson, Jalen Phillips, Bubba Bolden, Charleston Rambo, De'Aaron King, Henry Parrish, just to name a few, are all transfers. And I know I'm leaving some out.
I could fill them in for you, Coach, if you want me to.
Yeah, but hold on. Yeah, you definitely can do that. As soon as I make this point, LJ, you fill in the rest. All of these guys were major contributors to Miami, whether we consider it successful or not. But I think without these players, we are in worse shape than what we were in even over those 20 years. So Quincy Roche, yes, thank you, LP. So LJ, can you list off a couple of more names that I may be missing over the years that were major contributors? May not have been what we wanted, but without them, we definitely would not be. We wouldn't be 7-win, 6-win, 8-win, 9-win teams.
You got KJ Osborne. You got like you said, Bubba Bolden, Jalen Phillips, Quincy Roche. We got Akeem Mesidor. We got Akeem Mesidor last year. Henry Parrish. Who we got? The list goes on.
So I'm going to say that
even longer than that.
Right.
I'm going to say for the scrub thing, I feel like we had the players. I don't think that players was the issue. I think what he means by scrub is we really was coaching scrubs. Like we had, our coaching has been scrubbish. So that makes our players, I feel like we had the talented enough players to do something with, because we had 2 first-round pick tight defensive ends just 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't tell me we can't win with that. So like, yeah, but we couldn't coach that up. We couldn't develop. So that's all coaching and faculty issues. That's what I think we've been having a problem with at Miami.
So I agree with that, LJ, and I agree. But to E. Brown's credit, he did say administration, coaches. He brought everybody in from a program standpoint. So I'll give E. Brown credit on that. Okay. So I said all that to simply say this, that I hear what he's saying about the portal, but it is a necessity now because it's different if we didn't have players leaving. But because we have players leaving, you have to be able to replace these guys. And that's where the portal comes in. Unfortunately, you can't bring in the elite of the elite going into the portal. Why? Because we have not, the other scrub section of our stuff wasn't on par. The coaching, the administration, the administration and coaching wasn't on par. So I'm going to ask you a straight up question. If I'm an elite player going into, I don't want to say elite because I don't want to throw that word around lightly. If I'm a highly touted player going into the portal, forget our fandom right now. Would I pick the University of Miami to go to? Because right now they're in the same boat as a true freshman coming in out of high school. If I'm an elite player, unless I'm just die hard for the crib, I don't care who coaching. I love the orange and green, whatever. It's a legacy deal. And we even see legacy kids not going there. But anyhow, would I put my future, can I put my future in the hands of the unknown? And I'm going to make this last parallel. E. Brown, Bama man, I hate to call you Bama man, I'm calling you Bama man, and LJ. Right now, if you go to jail for a crime you didn't commit, or you did commit, do you want a lawyer that wins 50% of his cases? Or do you want a dude that's winning 98% of his cases? Because your life is on the line. And it's the same thing with these kids. If my life is on the line, meaning my opportunity to go to the next level, and it's not guaranteed. There's a percentage that, yes, I may not go to the next level. But the odds say it's there. Do you pick the dude with 50-50 chance because he's got a beautiful house and he's got sunshine and palm trees and half-naked women? Or do you pick the dude that wins 98% of his cases? He got a mustard stain on his suit, his shoes busted and turned over, he don't shave, but he win 98% of his cases. Who you pick?
If I can go before my man LJ Alabama, what if it were me? I want to pick the lawyer, attorney that's going to go out and but he's going to be a freaking dog. And the only person that's going to be a freaking dog is not the guy who has all the trinkets and the big houses and the whatever. He's not the dog. The dog is the guy who's out there scrubbing, he's out there scrubbing. He's trying to make it. He's trying to get clientele. That's the guy who's going to go into the courtroom and fight for you. Okay, he's not going to get. That guy's not going to put himself out on a television commercial with his 3-piece suit on and his pretty car and the pretty black background. I want the freaking dog. That's what I'm telling you about our football players, our football team. I need some freaking dogs to go out and play on the football field. And you asked me the question about
can I stop you because you didn't answer the question?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coach.
Because you didn't answer the question. You said what you want. I'm asking you what the players want. My question is, if I'm a dog player, see, you telling me what you want to come to here. I'm telling you, what does the player want? The player wants a dog coach. What do I mean? The player wants a dog program. So if I'm a dog if I'm a dog as a player, then I want to have the coaches and the program that's going to be a dog for me, that's going to get me to the next level or may get me freedom, i.e. the lawyer. If I'm on trial, my lawyer don't care if I'm a dog. I got to care if my lawyer's a dog because he got to get me out of here. Yep. So my question is, see, you answered it saying you want dog players. I don't care about no dog player. I want a dog program. And right now, these elite players are going to these dog programs. And that's where the issue lies.
Well, in the case of Alabama, Alabama has its pick. They have their pick.
It wasn't like that at first. We didn't have picks at first. I mean, we were very good at developing players like John Parker Wilson, like Martin. We were good at developing players before we just went on that amazing run. I don't think people really give us a lot of credit for the type of coaching we had in that program and the type of mentality. And that's what I go back to what Mario Cristobal is trying to do. We had to build a culture first, and we had to build a mentality first. And we had great players that ended up being developed into great players. We had guys like John Parker Wilson, who was the first quarterback in our era. We had guys like Mark Ingram. We had guys that were culture builders.
Hey, Bama,
we didn't just
Bama,
have
not
superstar.
Bama. Let me interject something. To you there, young man. Alabama took the blueprint from the University of Miami to build what they have now. Okay, let's get that straight. But what I'm saying is I get what you're saying, but the University of Miami at the started the blueprint. They had the blueprint that all of the teams, the top tier teams you're looking at now, they took that blueprint from Snellenberger and Jimmy Johnson and they built their teams. That's how they. That's what you're looking at right now.
Also, the blueprint. The blueprint hasn't been the blueprint changes. I think Cristobal said, not Cristobal. Nick Saban says this a lot. Recruiting changes. It goes through its ebbs and flows. Right? There is a change in and even Coach Hayes always refers to it. There's a change from regional to what it is now to national to being able to adapt to it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, maybe it started out by I'm honestly I'm too young to know what. I wasn't alive. I think maybe I was 1 year old last time Miami won a national championship, so I can't really tell you much about what Miami did. But I can tell you what Nick Saban did. I can tell you what happened here at Alabama, and I can tell you that stuff has changed. And it all starts with a culture. And I have watched the U documentary. I know Miami had a culture. I know Miami brought in players that were dogs, or like dogs and this, that, and the other, that had a culture. We have to determine, and I think a better analogy about these kids, because at the end of the day, football isn't life, right? If these kids mess up in football, their life isn't going to be on the line. And I think some of these guys are choosing Miami for the better spot at the end of the day. But I think the better analogy to make would be comparing to it if you're looking for a job. Are you going to choose the job that has a success rate in getting you promoted, or are you going to choose a job where you're going to stay somewhere the whole time? You know what I'm saying?
The analogy of trying to equate athletics and the workplace, it's totally different. Because when you talk about athletics, Bama, when you talk about athletics, Bama, you're talking about an individual going into a team concept. They're going into a team concept and they're working to be the choice. When you're going into the workforce, you're coming into a team concept and you're coming in there to work as a group in order to make the team or to make the corporation better. In athletics, you're looking for one thing, that is to be the star, that is to be the number one pick, and that is to make all the freaking money, man.
All right, so
that's what you're looking for.
Hold on, real quick. I want to say this. Hold on, wait. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Bama, hold on. LJ, you haven't said anything. LJ, hold on. You haven't said anything, but I want to kind of push on. No, listen, I know you let him roll.
I've been letting.
But I'm about to get up off of here in a minute. But I want to say this real quick.
Okay.
I want to say this real quick because I do want to answer this. So Maiden Day 305 says, so Mario ain't a dog. We're not saying that. What I'm saying is he proven himself to be a dog yet? No. Unfortunately, this is the reality of it. No, he has not. Because let's be honest, I'm going to go back. I'm going to stick with my analogy of the courtroom. Right now, LJ, you OJ Simpson. You better call Sal or you taking my man right here. If it don't fit, it must have quit. What's his name? Now I can't think of Cochran, Johnny Cochran.
I see what you're saying. You're saying we forced into a situation where we're gonna take the higher percentage.
But the player, but it's not us. I'm talking about the Jeremiah Smith. The Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get people to understand.
Like the Patrick Peterson, Petersons when we was having those problems. Like when I was going to interject, but they was just talking about how Bama doesn't know how Miami set the blueprint for being a championship team or whatever. He only sees what he knows now. Everybody keeps talking about Saban, but he don't know about the Miami tradition for real. But
I know what the issue is. The issue is, I don't care what nobody says. The issue started from the Nevin Shapiro thing. They put the clamps on Miami, and then somehow, some way, Alabama had basically the best hand to be able to recruit freely without having to worry about NCAA sanctions that we had to worry about. The eye was on us. So, and Nick Saban has been holding that down for a long time. So that everybody knows the top product in college football is Alabama. Everybody gonna say roll tide, roll tide. Yeah, they got it. But I've been trying to figure out how hasn't Alabama hasn't been under investigation for their recruiting tactics that they.
Well, LJ, that's another story. But I'm gonna tell you who.
Stories like the
Hold on. Let me go back to answer to. I want to give you a little timeline. I've done this before. It's not the university more than it is the person. I want you to understand something real quick. And I know this is not going to be a popular opinion, but just follow me. One thing about sport, it is equivalent to entertainment. I want you to understand that. Sports and entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it, just follow this. You know, I'm analogy king. Is Beyonce the best singer in the world? No. Is she the best dancer in the world? No. But right now, she's put a package together where people are paying thousands of dollars to go see her perform. Okay? I guarantee it's a lot of stuff that happens when you're dealing with stuff of that magnitude that ain't up to par. But ain't nobody going to mess up the money right now. Understand that. Understand that. Nick Saban, hold on. Nick Saban comes from Michigan State. Remember, he gets Cedric Irvin out of Miami to go to Michigan State. That turns into a big dog for him. He starts planting his claws in South Florida at that point. Understand, it's not the university more than it is the man. Then he goes to LSU. The same thing he's doing at Alabama, he did at Michigan State. He got Robert Flagg out of New Orleans. I forget the young man out of Deerfield Beach. He gets Cedric Irvin. He had huge paws in South Florida way back at Michigan State.
I know.
Hold on. He just wasn't there long enough to really turn Michigan State out. But then he goes to LSU. And he takes that same formula, comes down to South Florida, and he gets a Dwayne Bowe right here, a Terrell McGill, Ali Highsmith.
The whole Northern Cast.
Right, Ali Highsmith from out of Central. He gets all of these South Florida kids, right? The formula for him doesn't change. The school did.
And two coaches.
Coaches? Hold on. I want to finish this timeline, then y'all can go in and talk. Then he gets after he goes there, wins the national championship. You even heard Jamarcus Russell say this in his I Am Athlete interview. When he was picking his school, he said he knew he was going to be big because of the kind of players they was bringing in. And he brought up Dwayne and all these guys, Skylar Green. He was talking about he made his decision because of who the guys were coming around. Okay? Now, how they got them players, I'm going to leave that alone. Second or third.
Exactly.
No, hold on. Third. Let's go back because it's not exactly. It's about making money. Understand this. It's about. Hold on.
The part
LJ.
that you're going to leave alone is the part that I'm talking about.
No, I'm not going to leave it alone because I'm going to go to it at the end. I just don't want to interrupt it. So then now LSU.
We can't.
Hold on.
Say
LSU.
That hasn't been proven though. We can't say they've been cheating. It hasn't been proven.
Okay, that's
You know
fine. Whatever.
We have to look at actual facts.
Listen, that's fine. But I'm not worried about that.
If you know,
Hold on, guys.
You know.
Guys, hold on. So now he goes from LSU, then he goes to the Dolphins. Nick Saban goes to the Dolphins, but what does he do? He keeps great relationships with South Florida coaches. As an NFL coach, he doesn't have to follow the same rules. What does he do? He brings these high school coaches to the NFL facility for camps, to watch practices. He's building this rapport. Then he takes the job at Alabama, and he does the same thing he started way back at Michigan State, but now even on a higher level. Now, let me go back. We talk about why Alabama doesn't receive sanctions, why these schools don't. Did we receive sanctions at the height of our program, yes or no?
And so did Alabama.
Hold on.
Received sanctions.
No, hold on. Did we receive sanctions? Hold on. Did we receive sanctions when Nevin Shapiro came in? That was well after the 2001 season, right?
Yeah, you asking me, did we see sanctions? Did we receive sanctions at the top of our when we was on the top of our top program?
Yeah, like 0102. Were we receiving sanctions in 0102?
Yes, this was like our second or third time.
Okay.
No, coach, we can go back. Let's go back to 1990. 1994
Coach, I got one more.
is when Miami first started to feel the sanctions. When Miami started feeling the effects of the NCAA back in 1994. Remember, Butch Davis came in and he started to coach the team back in 1995 up until 1998 is when he brought in Dan Morgan.
Okay, go ahead.
Bubba Frank and so forth. That's when Miami first started to feel the effects of the NCAA, when we started to feel the sanctions feel the effects of the NCAA sanctions way back in the early 90s.
Okay, but what I'm saying is the Nevin Shapiro, because that's what LJ brought up, was the Nevin Shapiro sanctions were not until after once Larry Coker and Randy Shannon. Because Randy Shannon was the one trying to say, get this dude out of here.
Go
ahead.
What I'm saying is we had already been winning. We had been winning since Schellenberger and Jimmy Johnson and Erickson. We already had been winning. So they had started making videos about the team. We was winning and celebrating. They started making rules about the University of Miami or whatever like that.
Correct.
Celebrating or whatever. So they wanted to take this is just how I feel. I feel like they just wanted to take us out of that spot.
That's correct.
Yeah,
That's correct.
But
you started losing.
Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me cover what I said.
Okay.
Before the Nevin Shapiro thing even started, we was already under sanctions. They was already looking at us. So then that was our second. Nevin Shapiro was like our second big sanction. We was already on probation in the 90s, like how he said. We was on probation in the whole 90s for that. And then when Nevin Shapiro did what he did, that's when they just completely flushed us. And then, yes, Nick Saban did learn the sauce, and he took that sauce and capitalized off the sauce or whatever. And that's what's been going on since then. And we just gotten back our full scholarships maybe 2 seasons ago. We just got it back.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Go ahead, Bama. Say your last piece because I got to get out of here.
And they're going to do their thing.
Go ahead, Bama. Say your last piece so I can get out of here.
I just got this is my last point. At the end of the day, we could say Nick Saban, but when Nick Saban came to Alabama, I think we forget and say, oh, Alabama was so Florida was winning when Nick Saban came to Alabama. LSU was winning when Nick Saban came to Alabama. There's still Florida State there. There's still Georgia there. So we can't say that, oh, Alabama was the only one that had the code to the blueprint, because if that's the case, Florida should have been the first one to jump up. There was culture built at Alabama first before everything started rolling in. I have nothing against Miami. I have nothing against you guys, right? Miami has, and this is going back to this last point I want to make about the transfer portal and what he's doing. Starts with culture first. At the end of the day, it starts with culture. We can say, and yeah, but if Nick Saban goes to Alabama and doesn't get culture jobs, Nick Saban's going to get out recruited by Urban Meyer, because Florida was winning national championships. We cannot forget that. LSU was winning national championships. We can't forget that. Auburn was beating Alabama every single year. We can't forget that. We can't act like, oh yeah, Alabama they were the only team in the Southeast that could go pick what they wanted. No, we could not. You know what I'm saying? But great points by all you guys on here. You know what I'm saying? Much love to you guys. If you guys are believers in Jesus Christ, we're brothers in Christ. So much love to you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, brother, man.
Thank you, Coach, for having me on.
Anytime.
And y'all have a good night.
Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, man. It's 8:45. But listen, I just want to say this to LJ, to your point, real quick. Big shout out to Bama, man. Let me go there and celebrate. Get your behind out of here with that foolishness, man. Slap that dude. Hey, he think he's slick, and I believe him, man. He'll follow E. Brown. But he always come up here, man. Hey, he be trying to blast us and then walk out there talking about, hey, we all brothers in Christ. Hey, he be trying to blast us, and then the dude walk out. We all believers in Christ, my brother. Man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Slap me across my face and then talking about God loves you. Nah, he does, man. God does love me, man. I enjoy him, man. I really do. I know he's a young cat, and I really enjoy his passion about what he does. I do wish him best. He's a college student.
I respect him. He get respect, man.
Yeah, nah, he's a college student too, man. So much love to him, man. But anyway, I just say to myself, and to your point to the sanctions, here's what I know about usually when they tear stuff down. Usually once it loses its luster, right? When you look at cats, I always say this, and I may be wrong to my hand above. I say that Usain Bolt got out at the right time. Why are you saying Usain Bolt? I'm sorry, bro. I can't see dude breaking a world record running sideways like this, and he breaking a world record. Like, what I'm saying, it got to be something. And you normally look at most of them. Most of the times when things are getting torn down, once it loses its luster. Lance Armstrong, when it came to cycling, right? Once he kind of started losing, what happened? Oh, he was doping. Marion Jones in track. Oh, there was a problem, right? Like those type of things. Once it starts on the downhill of making money for everybody, then it's like we got to do something because it looks wrong. There's something wrong. But they made all the money off of it, right? Like they made all the money off of it. Yeah. And the reason they haven't touched Saban yet is because he's still there. That's why I say whoever the next coach is, gonna be a problem. Here's a prime example. Let's look at Jeremy Pruitt. And again, this is all speculation. Well, Jeremy Pruitt comes to Alabama from high school. And then he goes to Tennessee and try that foolishness. And what happened to him? They bammed his head. Soon as he tried it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's an easy diversionary tactic away from the golden child right now. Do you know what you would do to a program like Alabama if you dug deep enough? And I'm not to Bama's point, there's nothing proven. But trust me, if you dig deep enough, everybody ain't a saint. Somebody done did something at some form of fashion. We could call it what it is. It is what it is. It's like taxes. I don't know one person that done their taxes exactly right except me, because I don't want the IRS bothering me. But I don't know nobody else that has not added a little extra this or a little extra that on their taxes. Now, could the IRS come get you? It all depends on if it's worth it to them or not. They only go after the big dogs. They're not worried about you because y'all think y'all slick. Y'all be around here trading kids on your taxes. Hey, can I borrow you? You know, they only give you credit for 3 kids and you got 4. Can I use one of yours? You think they like you think they stupid? Well, they be like, well, last week they took little LJ, and then this year he got little LJ, and the next year Coach Hayes got little LJ on his taxes. You think they don't know no better? But it's not worth their time to fight it. So once it becomes worth their time, they gonna fight it. You understand? When all y'all be trying to write stuff off like it's business expenses and all that stuff, come on, man. Like, cut it out. But anyway, I could be on here forever, man. And we could talk forever. But Ebron, I appreciate you. I'm gonna let y'all get your last words. And we out of here.
I just wanted to say Alabama don't got it no more because the NIL is the kryptonite of Alabama having it. That is over with. So now players can decide to go where they want to go. Because I just remember 4 years ago, Nick Saban and Mark Richt coming out saying when players wanted to transfer, they wouldn't get no playing time over there. They would say, "Oh, I'm not going to allow them to transfer," because it was up to the coach's decision whether they transferred or not. And now that the NIL is there and the transfer portal is there, players can make their own decisions or whatever. So no, Nick Saban doesn't have it no more. He can't. That's why he's crying now about what he can get and he can't get, because he used to get all the players. Now he can't get all the players no more because now.
Everybody got an NIL deal.
Players get over there and they see that they ain't gonna play, they're gonna be out of there. So that's all I wanted to say.
Now you right, E. Brown. Last words, and we out.
All right. I agree with LJ, man. I agree with LJ. We talked about it last week. The NIL is where the top tier players are hanging out at. That's where they're hanging out, and then they use the transfer portal as the basis in order to make themselves available to these other teams. The transfer portal is there for those NIL guys or what have you. Now, you LJ said something that was, that's coming to the forefront. you're beginning to see pieces of the Alabama team falling apart. You see top tier players leaving and going to other teams because they realize the value of their ability to play football. They go to another team, what have you. Alabama is stacked right now, man. They are stacked with players. Okay, they are going to win for a little bit. They're going to win for a couple of. They're going to win for a little bit, but you're going to slowly see that team start to diminish. You're already seeing it happen with Clemson. It's happening with Clemson. Okay, then you're going to see Alabama fall suit. Georgia, on the other hand, they're stockpiling right now. That's why they're winning. That's why they're winning. You listen. There are certain teams. There are certain teams in the NCAA right now that do not have to do much recruiting. That's Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, and Notre Dame. Right. Because ESPN and all these sports writers and everything, they do the recruiting for those guys. They don't have to do the hard work like Mario's doing right now. They really don't have to do it.
It's money.
But the NIL is chopping everybody down, man, bringing them down, bringing their knees down.
So I'm going to say this in conclusion, guys, and I get out of here. Somebody brought this up they said Barry Bonds. And let's remember this, the big home run race. Who was it? Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. Did they take a blood sample while they was in the did they take a blood sample while they were in the middle of the race? No, they waited till it was over and then they decided to get them, right? Because you're not going to kill you're not going to slaughter the cash cow for a steak. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. Everybody thinking like, dang, this dude killing it out here. All you got to do is say, hey, man, hey, let me go and put the needle in your butt cheek and let me get that blood out and see what's going on. Guess what? They didn't do it. Once it was over, hey, well, we got to put an asterisk next to this because he tested positive, but they made the money. You know how many people went to the ball games to see the home run race? How many ballpark? Like once the money is spent, you're not giving it back. But yeah, you can always put an asterisk next to it and say, hey, he tested positive. You're not going to stop it mid-stride. You understand what I'm saying? You're never going to stop it mid-stride. Right. And so I say all that to say that's where it is. But guys, thank y'all. I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all go check out Mommy Flow. I think the boys on now. And we're going to make it happen. But yeah, I'm going to call Carl Street right now. We can see if we can get a Hayes Street episode going, man, where we just talk. Can I be honest with you? I don't even want to talk football. I want to just do a show where we just talk about crazy topics that come up in life. You know what I'm saying? Like when Ebony Williams talking about she wouldn't be to date a bus driver, when, you know, this thing with John Morant. I just want to talk about other things because I love football, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You get old. Gotcha. You get old. But anyway, with all that being said, I appreciate it to all of the mothers out there. Thank you. Thank you for what you've done. Just for your family, the society, and everything else. It's not easy being a mother out here. And everything else. So I really appreciate you all so much. And even for my fathers that stepped up and played that role, I had to play that role. Thank you as well. And again, to Mama Hayes, you know, I love you to death, baby. We're going to get through all this in a positive way. And trust me, good things coming here in the future. But with all that being said, I thank you all. I appreciate you all for everybody who donated. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. It does help this channel grow. And with all that being said, I really appreciate it. Oh, God, Lee. I'll forget my man, Alex Tabio. I'm sorry, bro. Alex Tabio from Certified Home Loans. You know what time it is. He part of the family too, man. Anything I do at home financing, hit him up. 305-205-1697. All information is in the description as well. Alex, I'm sorry, brother, man. There's been so much going on with me. And I see your face sitting up here on the thing, man. But anything you got to do with home financing, make sure you check him out. Get your stuff in order. He a big Kane fan. He'll holler at you. So with all that being said, Coach Hayes catch you at the 50-yard line and spread these WREs out. That Chris Wheatley Humphrey should be at 10,000 views already. Y'all stop playing. And I'm out of here. Somebody pass me my cane juice.